Sanford will try to go for the assassinate. Oh, Yasuke still survives! But that's gonna be enough time for Carl Tizzy to actually take the Colonel. JB flickering in to finish off the kill! And now, it's all members of Liquid fighting, blazing to it, by OM gets cancelled by the knockup from the way of the Dragon, though Nino will be taking him down. There is gonna be the chase from Alter Ego, though gets stopped by Sanji. Still, Hijime trying to go for the kill. Carl Tizzy shutting down Alec, and they'll still try to chase for Sanford, but he's still gonna be alive! Energy eruption of Razor's Wrath, and it's a double for Carl!
Alter Ego, actually, they almost win that fight for a second there, but wait a second, big diversion coming in.
They still want to go? Another fight! Brewing up top! They land the stun, but it's gonna be under the turret. Might just convert into a kill for Yasuke, and that's what's gonna happen!
TL, I think they should have backed off. They decided to go, and you gotta remember, this is the Flying Clouds map, so even if you get some kills, those members coming back up will be back to the fight so quickly, so they end up having a death here. And that's an adjustment that needs to be made, but Alter Ego Esports, again, with everything that's happened, will continue to go ahead and scale up. Now the problem being, yes, OHEB doing a pretty good job at being able to farm. RFI is doing the same. So eventually, when we get to that point in the game, these gold laners are going to be so important for their team fights here.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's actually balancing it out despite all the energy shields earlier being taken by RFI, and his turret also being slightly damaged too.
I gotta say, yesterday we were talking about teams bringing out the worst in each other, and I feel like these two teams right now are bringing out the worst in each other. From overextension from Alter Ego to overextension from Team Liquid. They are real. I mean, this whole game 2 is on tilt right now. Everyone is on tilt right now, and this is not just for a win. This is, this is for ego right here.
It's so important to tilt.
There's a whole lot at stake basically in this, and I think with the way that TL was kind of handled by Alter Ego Esports in Game 1, they definitely want to come out with this lineup and make it work, but so far you can't call it anyone's game just yet. Alec, well, not the kick he was looking for.
Not the right combo too, but they take down that tier 1 turret though, even though they didn't actually find the Falling Star Moon also. Carl Tizzy though makes his way to the turtle. OM getting bursted by Hijime, already using the black shoes. Black dragon form by Sanford onto Yasuke. Under the turret, diving in there, finally picks up the kill.
Oh man, they're still going.
The Hunters on the prowl. RFI able to take out Sanford, though. It's a 1-for-1 as Alec with the re-engage.
Okay, that's the Appraiser's Wrath. Still flickering in, trying to go for the chase on JP. The Sanji out the combo will not make it in time. That's 2 for 1.
Time after time, blow after blow. It's just not stopping at this point, but once again, just like Game 1, Alter Ego seems to win out on the trades. They get the mid-tier 3. They lose Yasuke, but they find Sanford plus JP on top of it.
I love how after all that, both gold laners just swap sides, but they are going to get pressure for this tier 1.
No filter from Alex still, but RFI are...
No guns here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's our tower. Back up.
Oh my god.
Kick to the face.
Hey, again, at this point, this is exactly what Alter Ego has to do. Whoa, diversion?
Oh.
They actually going to follow through?
Oh, they find Hijime! Another stuff from JP, now doesn't have the black shoes, and OM will finally take him down!
That was the wrong bush to walk into.
Hey, I don't think Black Shoes is going to help you with that, and everybody shows up through the shortcut. So, this is the thing they have to keep in mind. As the game transitions, and Alter Ego controls, portions of the game, at some point the map is open, and you have to keep your head on a constant swivel, basically, if you're Alter Ego. Because at any point, it's either the diversion or the shortcut. And it almost gets to this point where it's just a whole lot like this.
Oh, that's the shortcut dodge by RFI. Such great mechanics you're seeing from this player. Still get the tier 1 turret though, but the combo from Sanji actually stuns so many. Sanford going in for the backlines, but so is Dino. RFI going down. Now it's Hijime next. Yasuke all alone together with Alec. Do they still want to fight this? It's Carl and Sanford, but without the Black Dragon form, they might just try and attempt. But the other members of Liquid, they're gonna come and join. Now it might just be a wipeout in favor of Liquid.
Team Liquid Philippines got in the paint with Alter Ego Esports. And this time they had a team fight that could last. They could disengage, re-engage, get back in it, and throughout about a minute there, we didn't know which way it was going, but all it took was one final diversion to turn the table.
And that's my point, Trex. You don't know which way they're coming from. That's exactly what happened to Alter Ego Esports. There's too many possibilities for TL to show up, and now they're trying to hold down the mid lane.
Carl's literally holding down everyone who attempts to try and fight against his team.
Can I just say too, the adjustments that Sanford made here. Again, he got beat up in the early game. Now he's this threat. He's exactly what you expect the XP laners to do. Nino as well on the Esmeralda is capable of doing the same thing, but the way the team fights are happening is the threat of the Black Dragon form with the Petrify here. Whoa, Nino already burning the Flicker, by the way. So he's not going to have that. Meanwhile, Lord is making its way up top. You have the rest of TL down here on the bottom. And so they are just taking real estate around the map here.
Oh, they spot JP there.
All
All, or at least the shortcut is available. So I guess that's what Alter Ego is really trying to be careful about. They come in on JP though.
One of the things that kept Sanford in this game, yes, he takes 2 or 3 deaths in the early game. Yasuke also takes 2 or 3 deaths in the early game. So Sanford knows his target. He knows the person that I can still bully even though I'm behind. And he's the one who's been claiming almost all of these deaths on Yasuke. A lot of damage though.
That's a Petrify on Nino.
Why was Nino there when his Flicker was down? I mean, he used it earlier. He knew that he could potentially get set up there. There wasn't much room for him to move, and he knows there's a Petrify across from it. A lot of crowd control that can stop him in his tracks. Again, you can't just rely on falling.
Oh! It's looking from JP and the Black Dragon form. Now everyone's just getting dived by Liquid. Oh, trying to pick up the kill on Egypt. I still have the Black Shoes though. Will now focus on the mid-base turret. They still will decide to work on the other remaining turrets for now. They're taking things one step at a time.
Nino does finally come up here. They clear the minions.
Easy going in. Look at the burst coming in from Liquid. They will get to deal with this minion for now, but there are multiple waves still coming from the mid and the top lane. Nino back again in the game. They will try to focus on him for just a bit more, but now it's Liquid just focusing on what's needed. The base is in. Okay. Everything was so fast.
Done and dusted.
Second match was
Just like
best of 5
you thought, man, is this going to end? Well, this one, TL's like, hey, we're going to end it here. We're not going to leave any second guesses. And I'll tell you what, they came out with a lineup that was meant for a certain purpose, and that's just to kind of keep your guess. Where are we going to show up? Where's the cavalry going to come through? And Alter Ego now, I feel like, has to consider that potentially happening again. The Chip, the Luyi, those marquee picks that we see from TL before are still a problem even now.
Team Liquid had a point to prove in that game. They definitely did, showing that, listen, we can brawl with you, and this time we'll win it out. And they build a composition that's ready to brawl, that can go the distance in all of these fights. And then they just execute it so perfectly.
And remember how fast they locked in the Louis and the Fredrin during the draft. It's like they didn't even need to think about it, regardless of whatever Alter Ego decided to go for their first 2 picks in red.
First game
It was just a decisive call for Liquid to stick with, I guess, what's really comfortable for them and what really is tested and proven for this team.
This was definitely comfort for TL, as we've seen before. We're going to have to go ahead and have our panel break down this game, too.
That reminded me a little bit from a book I grew up with, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Habit number 6, synergies. Fredrin, Aloyi, Yu, Jean-Claude, Chip. Talk about a synergistic lineup from Team Liquid. That's a signature. They needed to win this, and they won it.
And you see the speed of when they fixed it. I mean, it was instantly go for the Louis, go for the Fredrin, go for the They knew exactly what they wanted to do. They read through the draft, and this has worked for so many times. In fact, Louis and Chip is such a scary combo for someone to give Team Liquid.
You literally folded the map in half twice. Not to mention you're playing on flying clouds. So this allows for Liquid to, again, play a little loose, play a little fast, and they got punished very little because in addition to them getting to be able to join fights much faster after deaths, which they suffered here, they were able to go back and then rejoin. In addition to their very, very powerful draft and, again, simple and very in identity selection of heroes, they also played very clearly. They had purpose. What purpose was that? Ruin Yasuke's day make sure Nino could not call the shots, even if Sanford was
Abi
leaving
to
the lane
my line
open,
report hai
and give Carlisi all of the major objectives. And they got all they wanted here in game number 2.
What this also reminds me of is a quote from Innocent himself. Has been playing so well, and I think that what he mentioned was, even after defeating a Team Liquid, he said, when you're fighting up against Team Liquid, you cannot have a second where you're not thinking. And this is the exact exponential enlargement of that kind of concept. When you're playing up against Team Liquid, especially when they're playing Luyi and Chip, you just can't stop thinking. You have to
लोएर
look
चिप
over your
हालेर
shoulder
यार पोटल
every time
युज
you have to
गर्यो अब
develop like
त्यहाँ
rear
एकचोटि के त
cameras.
Okay,
लोको
since everybody's
अल्टीमा
playing a
चिप
code,
गएर
I will code.
अनि चिपले पोर्टल खोल्ने के
A Japanese proverb that has no real source.
तर
Mushin no
सान्जीको
Shin,
लोई लास्ट
mind
बल छ
without
यार
mind. It seemed like
अति
Liquid was
खतरा
playing
गर्छ यार
without
त्यसले त्यो अल्टी
minding what
बब्बाले
would
चलाउँछ
happen
त्यसले
and not thinking about what happened in game 1. This was them just in a state of flow. And it's impressive to watch them do this way.
को
Yeah,
त
let me quote Leo
Kalzik,
in one of his stories.
Stanford.
Antito Naako, I'm right here.
Lovely,
That was the
lovely.
lineup
Stanford
of
God only, why
Liquid.
is
It
it
seemed like
so?
Alter Ego always had to fight 2 rounds. One with the Chip and Yu Zhong, another with the Lo Yi with the late entry of the ultimate. Sanford gets the MVP because his dragon was definitely felt.
The ultimate Andito Nako hero is actually the Fredrin. You thought you killed the front liner, but he hits you with the Appraiser's Wrath, gets about, half his HP back, and you're like, I thought we were done with the 2 rounds. What is this, a 2.5 round?
Yeah. Is it ako this thing?
Sorry, then busting for
Is that
you,
even
like,
grammatically
no.
correct?
I don't have an Indonesian on desk.
I wish we needed the Indonesian.
Highlight it, not highlight it.
translate.
But one thing that I do want to comment here is the fact that Alter Ego actually showed us promising
game में
rotations in the early
PL
stages.
JP
However,
लेके
we can see
Tigreal
that there was
लिएर
such a
खेलेको
big recovery coming out
Diego
from Team Liquid.
खेलेन।
It's off of them just
गाह्रो।
having these tasks. For example,
Tigreal खासै
Sanford,
देख्दैन
all
कि
he has
खासै
to do during the
टुर्नामेन्टहरूमा,
team fights is
तर
to
लिजिरहेको
get in
JP ले।
front in the face of the Eason Jin, and even if he
Lovely,
drops
lovely
himself
control.
afterwards, it's gonna be fine. Currently, he's just minding his own business, taking that turtle, and then eventually you can see the Loya and Chip swapping between their teleports so that they can get into the fight, out of the fight, and also from left to right, they're just covering so much bases. And something will happen here where they not like, okay, we don't want this fight anymore. We will give up Nino and then go to the other side. Then look for a proper placement of their
लोईको
sword there.
पोर्टलमा आएको कि
There's
सबजना
the unexpected round 2. I thought we killed him!
Game number 1 from Alter Ego was definitely
मेरो हिरो पनि खेल्छ है टाइम टाइममा यिनीहरूले लिलिया तर म जति खेल्न नसक्ने है लिलिया त यिनीहरू
Stop this, man. There's nothing
म हो यस्तो दामी
Game number 2
हानिदिन्थेँ
was annoying for Alter Ego in the sense of where they coming from, man. It felt like being on a horror movie for
तर
Alter Ego
सान्जीको
because
लोई
you
त
did not
कसम लास्ट
expect where the
मनपर्छ
members of
मलाई
Liquid would suddenly be appearing.
कस्तो दामी
Either
खेल्छ
it's the
तिम्रो
Chip, either it's the old Lo Yi. The 2 most honest things are the Black Dragon form and the Fredrin with a hand in his pocket coming up right on your face.
This
बिल्डहरू पनि कति हान्दा हुन्छ है
Alter
यसमा
Ego
बिल्डहरू पनि
when it
देखाउँछ
started.
होइन
Yes.
बिल्डहरू एम्ब्लेमहरू
Really like that, but I do
तर
think that
गेम
the
प्ले चाहिँ
third
त्यही हो
thing is
हाम्रो
where they kind
होइन
of messed up a little bit because they had the chance to get either the Farsa as well as the Seal that which we
होइन,
also talked about when
सक्नु।
we were talking about the draft.
Global हो
And
नि।
they would have wished they have the Farsa in this game. As much as the Lilia is good in some of the parts of this
Lilia
game,
मा के के
especially
build
against the
भएको छ।
Fredrin, you really feel that
Blowing
there's
on the
lack
vision
of
lantern
range
रहेछ।
coming out from Alter Ego, and that's the reason why Team Liquid were able to just run them down. Surely when you get into the zone where Lilia can just burst the heroes, it kind of felt like they didn't have enough time. And then this Eason chain of failed
अल्टर इगो नि डेन्जर छ यार तर
I
अहिले
hate to say this too soon, but I think
जल्दो
RC
बल्दो
and Tick have done it again.
वो निक्लाई
They
त धोली
figured
हान्दियो
out
यिनीहरू
what buttons to press from their opponents and what they can afford to ban out and what they can allow to give. Like RF's Freya, who's now at 1 loss, 3-1. Yeah, Oheb got his first quad loss in game 1, so now the scales have shifted. I'd like to think Liquid is onto something. Because look, I'm looking back at the
एम्ब्लेम
graph.
पनि आयो है त
Yes, we
एम्ब्लेम
did
पनि
ban the
आयो
Leomord.
स्क्रिनसट हान्दा हुन्छ है
It was open too.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
They forced.
Right.
Yeah, so they're giving
Same
Alter
emblem
Ego here a
रहेछ
lot of comfort picks.
तर मेरो त्यो
And
बुट
Liquid
चाहिँ
just ran through them.
I get what you
स्पिड
mean.
वाले
This is
बुट हो मेरो
a
पनि
trick
हुन
that
चाहिँ
a team that Team Liquid has in the series, in the long series, in the best of
Hindi,
5 where
hindi
they
Lilia.
will lose one game, eventually they will figure
Build
out something
पनि त्यही
and
हो, तर
then the step of
यताउति
bigger they regain control of
कहिले
the
कुन हुन्छ
draft
त्यही हो
momentum because now I'm pretty sure the Luigi will always be looming over the heads of the drafters of Alter Ego.
And this will allow so many other picks.
Exactly. So yeah, I do get what you mean. It's like RC and TikTok, they have figured out something and then now they implemented all of a sudden there's another layer of draft battle that's going to
यो
happen
फर्स्ट गेममा
in the future.
धुस्नो पिटाइ खाएको देखेर
I
त
love
म
drafting,
आशै
man. I
भइसकेको थिएँ
love
यार
it when you can
बल्ल
clearly
आशा
see
है
some
फेरि तर के हो
themes coming
जित्छ
up, some
एमसी नसक्ने
surprises,
टिएलले हो यसपालि
and it's always just a treat to see, especially
मैले
since we
हेरिसकेँ
talked
यो
about the
म्याचहरू
leaderboard in the
है
beginning and we thought it would be more impactful in terms of determining this draft, but so far it's been forgotten by these two teams. It hasn't been banned or it hasn't been picked. But Alter Ego definitely brings that same kind of energy that Team Liquid does in a way in MPL Indonesia Season 16 in their playoffs run. That's what made them reach all the way to the grand finals. Their surprises. If Liquid has read something, I'm sure Alter Ego has read something too. Fire off in the comment section wherever you're watching what you think about the drafts, any predictions for your own picks, and let us know. We're going to be going off in an interview in just a bit, so for that, we just want to say thank you for spending your time with us here. Me and Leo Wolf, we've just been greatly enjoying this, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the drafts will have in store for us. But now we're going to have to take a quick breather as the series is now at 1-1. It is a best of 5, so we're going to hear from our friends down at the stage, all right? See you in a bit.
Thank you so much, casters. It's Eterna here at front of the stage, and right now I'm joined with the MLB Rising Open Season 2 and Season 3 top 8 players. Halo semuanya, selamat datang. Welcome, welcome. Sebelum kita mulai, we want you guys to introduce yourselves first. So let's start with you.
Hello, my name is Ray.
Hello, Ray.
I'm currently playing gold lane. That's what I love the most.
Okay, so gold laner. What about your friend on the side?
Nama saya Hamdan. Saya main mid lane.
Hamdan, mid laner. All right. Do you have a mic? Okay, you don't have a mic. It's okay. We can share a mic. So, what's your name and what's your role?
My name is Akmal and role jungle and gold.
Jungle and gold. What about you?
Hello, my name is Vincent. My role is roamer.
Roamer. Okay, Vincent Roamer. What about you?
Hello, my name is
Hola, hola.
Jungle. All right, so we have two junglers here. So, does that mean you guys are from a different team? Apakah berarti kalian dari tim yang berbeda?
Yes.
Okay, different team. Now, first question. We're looking at the MRO. And it looks like to get to top 8, you'll have to go through several rounds. So how many rounds did you have to go through in order to get top 8?
Rising Open
Okay, I'm assuming this is from start to finish, right?
Yes.
So my estimate calculation is around 33 until 36, depending on where you start.
Wait, so 36 rounds, does that mean 36 matches?
Yes.
Oh.
If you're starting from the very first beginning, then yes, it's going to be around 36 until you reach to top 8.
Wow, 36. That's a lot of matches, guys, to make it to top 8. That's one grand, I would say, prestige for you to get to that point. So I'm gonna ask you, do you think that this is a good platform, I would say, for you to maybe feel out what it's like to go competitive, maybe in the pro scene? Mau nggak? Ini ngerasanya ini sebagai platform yang cukup bagus nggak untuk mungkin kalian bisa consider untuk menjadi pro player?
Bisa sih ditambahkan dari setiap per match-nya itu sama kayak
angker Messi gol benar justru
lawan satu tim lagi terus-terusan sampai kita dikumpulin nyampe dapat beberapa tim. Nah, di situ nanti kita dikumpulin lagi yang buat nyampe otak besarnya. Habis itu kita dites buat untuk masuk ke pro scene.
Okay, so they have to go through so many steps in order to make it to top 8. So he thinks it's a good reflective of how the system actually works in a grand scale tournament, like we're looking at here at M7. But the crowd is currently absolutely huge. Now, we want to know, because you guys usually play online. So how does it feel to come here at M7 and witness an offline tournament?
The feeling is very, very different. If you're maybe just watching from home, you're probably like, it's just another like day, you know. But when you come here to Jakarta, the vibe is different. The dynamic is amazing. Everyone is cheering for their favorite team. So it's
crowd
very to see it.
Alright, the vibe is different. Everything is different when it's offline. Do you think you guys can be prepared if you had to perform on a stage like this? Kamu siap nggak? Tapi kalau misalkan di suatu hari kamu harus main di panggung sebesar ini?
siap gak siap harus disiapin.
Ready or not, they have to be ready. All right. Final question before we head into the next game. We're looking at a 1-to-1. Is there a specific team that you guys are supporting?
Okay, personally, I would cheer on Alter Ego just because we're hoping to bring our trophy back to Indonesia.
Hoping to bring the trophy back. What about you? Who are you supporting? Kamu support tim siapa? Tim apa?
Dukung King AE.
Wow.
Karena situ ada idola saya yaitu Ijumeng.
Hijume, idolanya Hijume is his idol. Okay, we're gonna see over here. Who are you supporting? And maybe do you have an idol that you're seeing here in M7?
यार अब त झन् बलै हुन्छ
Mungkin AE.
हार्यो भने घर फर्किन्छ
Ini Nero di player
Jitu ini
favorit
final.
ada Arfi sama Oheb dua-duanya.
Oheb as well as RV are his idols, but he's here to support Alter Ego. What about you?
सब इन्डोनेसियाकोहरूलाई नि अल्टरको सपोर्ट गरिहाल्छ नि
Saya sih mending mendukung tim sendiri ya, tim dari Indonesia. Kalau buat player, saya mengidolakan Nino.
Nino,
Alter Ego
excellent. All right, last.
सबमा
Kalau sekarang sih saya dukung tim AE sih. Kalau player yang saya agumi sekarang Karl sih.
सबजना त्यो पछाडि हेरेर चुरोट तान्न बाहिर
So
निस्किरहेको
despite them all going for Alter Ego today, it looks like they have idols in TLPH, and man, are they performing. What a comeback in game number 2. But ladies and gentlemen, it looks like it's time to head over into the third game. Who will it be? Will Alter Ego take this one? Or will it be the momentum of the cavalry? We're throwing it over back to the panel.
Imagine that. You play MRO, you play a lot of Mobile Legends Bang Bang, you succeed, you get championships, and what happens? You get to share the floor of the M7 stage with Eterna. This is why you have to play Mobile Legends Bang Bang whenever you can.
That's a dream come
त्यसरी
true.
दिनभर खेल्यो भने यसरी एमसिडीको स्टेजमा आइपुग्छ माधुरी अब एडमिटमा हामी जानुपर्छ है यसरी
Mobile Legends games out there.
फ्री टिकटमा
Yeah, she actually plays so well. I recently had the pleasure of playing with her and Naisu, and I've got to say, Eterna carried us that game. Those games.
Yeah, she's a great mid laner. Plays the juice in really well. So, I'm excited to do this because the last time in Indonesia, I did something that...
आकाश पनि ग्राइन्ड हानिरहेछ आजकल जहिले गेममा देखिरहन्छ अझै हान्नु पर्यो आकाश
friends now.
अनि हामी
We need a
जानुपर्छ
can of Red Bull to prep for coming up next. We got the next draft coming up. So, gentlemen, if you can, please join me. Let's, we need some wings. Remember, Red Bull,
Add
get
गरेर
y'all
छ
wings, all right? I need to catch my breath from
क्यान
everything.
भित्र रक्सी
So,
हालेर नाटक
Indonesia,
गरेर
Red
हो
Bull, this is for you.
खड्की कडा नि मोटेले क्याम्पे
Oh, he's chugging.
ल
He's chugging. He's going all the way.
रक्सी त हालेर रहेछ नि
W's in the chat, yeah.
Gives you wings.
ग्रान्ड
Red
ग्रान्ड
Bull.
अझ
Applause.
And now I'm ready to cast. Let's talk about fairy games. It is the app.
बल्ल
The greatest
ट्रिप हान्यो है
way to play
केटाले
MLBB 1v1 online with your friends, colleagues, and esports club members. Stand a chance to win M7 Trippy rings, MLBB Diamonds. Wait, my mouth is really moist. A new MLBB skins. Download the Fairy Games app now and register your MLBB items to start playing for free.
साइड साइड घर चाहिँ धेरै खान नसक्ने रहेछ चुस्की हान्दैछ
over for these
यो
fields
मोटे चाहिँ
because
माया क्याम्पै
dang.
रहेछ माधुरी
If anyone looking for a free skin, you can get one just by logging in for 13 days between January 9th and the 31st. Server time, by the way, to unlock Edith's Verdant Night skin. It's completely free, and that's easy. All you gotta do is, again, log in, don't miss out.
Yeah, and who doesn't love free stuff, right? The Gadot Catch's electrifying solar spark skin is free when you hit level
अनि
45 on the
फ्रीमा छ है
M7
मैले
pass.
पाइसकेँ है
Keep leveling up and claim your rewards.
That's a God. Oh yeah, that is it. The God Kacha pose. It's
ल
like that.
ल ओभर एक्टिङ ल
Yeah,
यिनीहरूको
there we
पैसा
go.
काट्यो ओभर
All
एक्टिङको
right.
पैसा काट
Lots of
माधुरी
goodies in the game, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of goodies heading toward our way in the draft as well. So last night, Liquid went blue, and I feel like despite the Alter Ego draft actually answering the Liquid draft very well,
ग्रान्डरको एक्सन फिगर छ
I
त्यहाँ
think
हो
they
त्यहाँ
didn't
M7
account for what if Liquid just kept teleporting on us. Because that Lilia pickup is for front to back.
Yeah.
And of course the black shoes, yeah, it's going to help and save you. But I think they didn't take into account just how aggressive Liquid will be with their teleportations.
And I think that they, with the last big Lilia, they just didn't have much choice. Like I said, we floated the idea of the Fairbis, which was the answer before against these teleportation type of heroes. They can also think about the Farsa, which was unfortunately banned out by the side of Team Liquid. It's more of a, we have no choice in this matchup, let's just pick this up. Luckily though, there are many other choices. They can go for the Selena, which was an answer to the Lohi as well as a chip before. They can also even go for the Novaria, which is a late game option to answer that one. However, I feel like it's much better to just ban the Lohi in that scenario.
By banning the low E, you kind of take away the whole spatial folding problem that you have. But again, when you do that, what's left open for Liquid to pick up? The Zushin, the Sora, which in my opinion, O'Hare's been getting better at. Not to mention, you open up the EXP lane if you decide to ban those two things and open up the Arlet. It's scary.
What's the term that they use in sci-fi movies where it's like hyperspeed travel?
Wormholes. Warp travel.
When we speed up your machine, your vehicle, it's like hyperspace, it makes it very, very fast.
Yeah, it's like
whatever that is.
Faster than light travel. That's
all right.
what they called. Oh, now, I watch a lot of sci-fi, bro.
I'm fine with that.
What? Okay, if you find out what you had in your mind, the word was, let us know later. There's the redeem code 5BPCA2WJL.
Oh, now I remember. It's called Warp Speed.
Warps.
Okay, no, yeah.
So that is the Warp Speed version of the Echo of the Liquid Express, of the Liquid Step.
Yeah, it was science fiction with a mix of fantasy, because Lohi is more magic than she is technology. Log into the game, input the code, and enjoy a random skin trial card. If you missed that code, make sure you get back to it. I'm pretty sure y'all can hear the drums of the Alter Ego fans, but there are Indonesian fans as well in the arena supporting Team Liquid, of course, having their own local version of Team Liquid as well. Last time we saw them on the world stage, they were in the grand finals of the M6 World Championship in Malaysia. So, it seems like one of the suggestions here from Leo for Alter Ego is, should you ban straight up the Lohi? Just never give it Liquid and don't give them the option to pick up the Lohi.
Yeah, maybe just open up the Sora and then have Nino be prepared to play the Valentina. That'll shake up even Liquid's patterns.
Okay. We're heading into the draft, and let's see who's going to end up in which side. So far, blue side has one Fizz, and in expecting Rippers, you have to go fast. Two teams who have very clear identities towards the early game and aggression. And look at that, Fredrin, Baksha, Arlot, all taken away by Alter Ego.
Oh, I wonder if, this could be a Jushin trade that Alter Ego is willing to put their hands on. But if the Jushin will be bad, they will first pick Eve, I feel like now. So it's Jushin and Eve, that's the trade. What will Alter Ego pick? It's going to be the Jushin. Now Team Liquid don't necessarily have to pick up the Eve, they can go for Luyi instead.
Yeah.
But without the Fredrin, they might think otherwise. However, Baksha is still open, which is also a good pickup against this hero.
Man, ready by Alter Ego.
Alright.
At this point, if you want to run it hella back, then you go what? A guy?
Yeah.
But knowing Team Liquid, they might lean towards more either the Yi Sun-Shin or the Lancelot.
Yep.
In terms of their priorities in the jungle right now.
Or Eve Claude is typically the opening for this kind of matchup. However, that opens up a scary Fredrin, Leomord Freya.
Yeah.
Or the Freya Mord for Alter Ego.
Talking about Mords, Carl Dizzy has yet to pick up one of the hottest picks in M7, the Leomord.
Yeah.
Imagine how scary that would be!
Carl Dizzy just a little more. Oh my god, it's Liquid on a horse, and they're gonna have two horses, bro. They're gonna get the high. Oh wait, no, they're not gonna get the high loss.
The prophet of the Stampede.
Finally, now, Alter Ego, do they have an answer for this? They just go back to the Freya if they want to. Take it away from Team Liquid at the same time. Open this draft up for success. They can go for the Sora as well. But the Esmeralda is also a tempting hero to take up in this scenario.
Oh.
They will go Guinevere in the club. The Guinevere, what we found out in M7 is that this is the answer to the Leomord.
Yeah.
Now, you don't necessarily want to go Eve here if you're Team Liquid. The Loyi is still open.
For sure. I think you just go for the Loyi, or even if you want to, you pick up the Kimi or the Farsa, just not the Eve here. You're gonna need a little bit more mobility. You can't be too static if you're Liquid.
Yes. You also go for immediately now the Yuzhong, so that you have sub-dive. With the Leomord, you are expected to pick up somewhere else of an Esmeralda, actually.
Fortunately, all of these are open.
I think it's just, they still go for the Eve despite having 3 heroes that might make it difficult for the Eve. I mean, 2 heroes. That's the Guinevere as well as the Claude.
But the Claw they don't have to worry about yet.
Yeah.
The Guinevere can get you like as soon as you try to join these fights, but I think they're willing to play the early game out like that.
Yeah. I think there's something that Liquid could set up for in the gold lane. If Alter Ego don't see it, they can go Harris. You get the Harris, there's an Eve together, you have the Leomord charging forward. It's another version of the Liquid stampede in a sense. I don't want to see them trying to go stamping here. Usually we've seen Harris does really well against Claude. Depending on the players, there are players who can make that matchup lead one way or the other.
There's also that Freya though.
The gentlemen, let's not count out the fact that this might not even be a jungle Guinevere. Alec has played Rome Guinevere. I mean, very little success, I'll tell you that, but it's possible.
It's possible.
Yeah, so they could be flexing on us on blue.
I mean, also they banned on the Esmeralda. I think they are setting up for the Harris here.
There's that Freya as well, but I think the Harris makes a lot of sense. When you're just looking at the bans.
And then they can go.
That's the ban.
Oh man, I was gonna say, if that didn't go through, Liquid can go Pickovius and then play the Harith, but yeah, good read by Coach Sepper.
Really good. But I think you pick up the whole hero now. Ranger and Freya, the two heroes that I'm looking at here for Team Liquid. Benefit of... actually, you kind of need the Purify hero here if you are.
Yes. Yeah, with the Jursin and the Guinevere together, Purify is going to be a must. If it's anything with a Flicker or even a Vengeance, that's going to be such a tough task for Oheb to make whatever gold lane pick is going to end up with work.
Experience the
That is the Granger. Safe pick here for Team Liquid. Alter Ego can pick up the Gatot Kacha, which is a combo with this Jushin. It's also okay versus the Hilda in many ways. It can also go for the Khalid.
Yeah, I will admit, I think we are already seeing our roam in the Guinevere. I think it's the jungle and EXP we have yet to see. The Esme was a good ban. I think Arlon would be a good block to this, but then you still have to consider... Oh no, Arlon, they banned the Arlon.
So they did the Yuzong.
So they get the Yuzong.
This is the part where you go for Vengeance will be great. There's also now an angle where they can go for the Alice if they really want to make this thing more than the Ranger work. But I think
I would rather invest in the XP lane. You gotta make El Padre your Iho.
Why is it so tough? Looking good for Team Liquid.
Guinevere jungle हानेको यिनीहरुले
Go for the Sora.
Alter Egoले ओए सोरा
So, what is the Sora?
I think that the Sora sided, it's Sora's just the strongest hero in the experiment right now. So I would wager it's the Sora.
Yeah, it's a mix of that utility, the mix of that damage, it helps cover it, but we have to look at the numbers, and the numbers are heavily leaning towards Alter Ego, their lineup rating, the counter index. This might be a tough climb for Team Liquid if they do not get the early game they need through that Leomord. Leo, or are you leaning towards here?
I saw a possible switch up between the Guinevere, but Carthage and the Leomord, you gotta respect that.
Wolf, Alter Ego or Liquid?
Liquid.
Alright, I want to hear nice rejection. Who do you think won this draft?
Game 3 upon us. I'll tell you what, I like both drafts, but I will say that the draft for me, that lineup rating, I know we always kind of give it with a grain of salt, but man, it is heavily in favor of Alter Ego. It looks like we're going to take a little bit longer to jump in to see just how these drafts end up actually doing, and that's a good time. Trex, what do you think, man? Are you leaning towards what Liquid has here? Do you like what Alter Ego brought? Do you agree with the lineup ratings?
I mean, I don't know. The lineup ratings have definitely been a little crazy with the introduction of so many different gold lane fighters, new meta overall. But I will say this: yes, AE has some decent counters to Team Liquid's draft. The major things that I'm looking at on Team Liquid, the Leomord Hilda combo has been so vicious in the mid lane, and I don't think we're going to see a big pop off from the side of AE until the level 4s start to connect. So if Team Liquid can maybe get that aggression from level 1 to level 3, there is some opportunity. But then you could say the same thing for the Khalid. You have two such aggressive roamers in that initial 2 minutes. It's going to be such a fight for power overall.
Honestly, this is why I guess I will be definitely looking at everyone's individual performance in this game, considering the kind of heroes that they decided to pick up. Because I know that it does require a bit more of, let's say, coordination from Alter Ego's draft, since they have the Guinevere. But we've seen time and time again how these top junglers who are still fighting in this tournament have utilized this Guinevere in many ways, and it's not entirely that you're required to play for the team. You could also do this by yourself. We've seen some objective steals even that they're able to accomplish on this Guinevere by simply just a single spatial migration even, or just by using the immunes available through the Violet Requiem. So there's so much to watch out for individually among these players, and I think that's really what's going to make this fight exciting.
Well, we'll find out. We're jumping back into the game again. This is game 3 in this best-of-5 series between Alter Ego and Team Liquid. The team that wins this series will then have to face off against SRG in the lower bracket final later today, by the way. So, again, this is all an endurance test. That's an early flicker down. That's usually what we see, right? These beginning of the games, you usually try to get some of those resources out. The gold laners have been dueling it out all day so far. And that's kind of what we expect. It's nice to see, by the way, Arfie's actually going to be on a marksman this time instead of the Freya. Not to mention, you know, he is one of the players that have done so good on the Freya, but now he's got a match against Oheb on the green here. Taking a look at the emblems. Anything sticking out to you, Trex?
Nothing too major, honestly. I mean, on the side of Team Liquid, I'm always looking for those wilderness blessings, quick movement, and this is something to pull it together on Hijume as well. But instead of, I think previously, yesterday we saw pull together plus the cooldown emblem. This time we want a little bit more speed to be able to keep up with the Hilda. So overall, though, nothing too crazy. We do have the killing spree for Carl Teasy. Get aggressive, stay aggressive, look for these big fights.
Even for Sanford, man, like he's taking the Brave Smite. It looked like he burned the flicker because he takes the Brave Smite because he's dueling against the Yu Zhong, you know? Like, typically we have seen Sora pick up the Concussive Blast to go ahead and help maintain some of that lane and that push, but now he's got Brave Smite, and that's just the way that Sanford is going to have to deal with that.
Okay, it's a Petrify and a Violet Requiem. No way out of that for Sanford there as Nino takes first blood, but there's going to be a counterattack from Liquid.
Lovely.
Takes the kill on Yasuke.
Yasuke should have known they were coming. He checked the bush. He was right there by the time he checked the bush. You know, it's too late at that point.
And everything is happening everywhere at this point. Turtle's up, by the way, but both teams, as they've done throughout the series, will say, you know what, we're going to brawl this one out. We're going to keep the kills where we can. And now with Turtle up, both in position, just around the corner here, Sanford on the floor as well. And they go ahead and fight for control around the space here.
Yeah, the tools are crazy, but now it's a team fight that we're about to see. They have their targets onto Hijume, but Sanji too gets targeted out really well. Nino finally takes him down, but Carl picks up the kill on Nino. Now he's trying to look for another target. Double kill. No jungler, no Reggie available for Alter Ego, and JP will just keep zoning out the other members at least one of Alex, but will they have enough damage? RV2 with the blazing duet. Now Alex gets stunned. Looking to finish the job on JP. Carl by Alex, and he gets out safely.
In a moment of, I mean, teetering back and forth, Alter Ego to at least make sure it ends off as a stalemate. But Yasuke with 2 deaths, that's the big losses. Level 4, level 6 on Carl Teasy.
राम्रो छ यार अल्टर निनोले च्याप्न सक्ला त सकेन स्यानफोर्डले
outplayed by Nino.
Take a little taste of your own medicine, says Nino to Sanford.
Last year on a full
so well
Nino ko health अब त full छ
he's going to be a big threat because he's already 3-1 right now. The Petrifies have been on point and they continue on. Taking a look at the items here. First items are still being built up. I did think that because of the way that the Oheb decided to hold on, they're going to drag Sandy back.
Now there's the Phantom Steed coming in from Carl. He's going to go for the attack. He's going to flicker out as well. Oheb, can he still join this? JP trying to go for the chase. That's 3 members of Alter Ego who are somewhat low, but still the crowd comes into it. And now the blazing duet from Arfi. JP's now down. Sanford tries to catch up, gets the kill on Yasuke, but That's about it.
Another kill onto Yasuke. Team Liquid from game 2 to game 3 continue to bully in, and yes, Alter Ego, Nino doing a wonderful job. But Team Liquid no game plan. Yes, we can lose in some fights, but objectives are what are going to win these games. And as long as Carl Tizzy is far ahead, it's going to give a big advantage to the side of Team Liquid here. Alter Ego Esports worried all the time for a Guinevere. Jungle is if you fall behind, every time you get that bottle right wheel, it's going to get shredded down.
With the last hit.
I'll tell you what, you can always count on the Baby Cakes duo to be there for each other. But Turtles, Yasuke is going to take this advantage to try to secure it, and he's going to try to slow down Carl Tizzy. The zoning from Nino as well. Does TL just give this one up? Looks like they're going to do exactly that. So Alter Ego still doing a great job at if something is traded across the map, we will take something as well.
That actually being able to do that, being able to slow Carl Tizzy from getting that, does staunch the bleeding a lot for Alter Ego Esports. But Yasuke just deleted, and the wound is reopened.
I was going to say, Yasuke he's in a bad position, man. I don't know if you're going to be able to stop the bleeding on him right now.
Oh, not going to let them set up. It's a bit too similar to what we were talking about previously about bringing out the worst in both of these teams. On Harvey using the blazing bullet. Still has to be a might to get out of that, though. But going back, it's such a drastic change from Yasuke and his performance in the past 2 games.
Well, he had a bit of a difficulty in game 2, but yeah, he had a very different game 1, and I feel like TL has just made that adjustment, not just from the draft, but also the way that they rotate around the map and punish when they can, and that's one of the things you can do. Look at Carl Tizzy. He's quite a bit ahead, 1,600 gold ahead, specifically against Yasuke. So he's almost got his transition to this point where, at this point, I'm going to try to get the retribution off, but it's more so I'm going to get the spatial migration and the violent requiem off, and let the team follow through and make something happen here. That's probably the best thing that he can hope for currently.
You know, Oheb went for a very early, I think it was his first item actually. Normally go Hunter Strike, but I saw the 2 gloves. It looked like he was building into the sky piercer. See which one went first. But he has faith that his team's going to help him be hyper-aggressive here. They've gotten Arfi down. Oheb is going to become a problem if this stampede continues.
Yeah, and I guess this is the adjustment from Liquid too, right? They've changed what they want to focus on. It's going to be a bit more onto Yasuke rather than what we initially thought, because based on the draft, it seemed like they were always able to force out Hijume on the rather unique mid laners, but now they let go of the Jusin, and it seems like they just rather fight Yasuke head on the skill fights. They're gonna fight RP here. With Raging Sandstorm picking up the kill.
Great save there from Alec. Now he's
He still has the flicker though, but he will get knocked up first. Doesn't need to use it though. He's still gonna be okay.
The gold has now breached 1,000. Nothing major, but with the way this match has been going, it does seem like a lot.
Yeah, nothing too big, but Alter Ego Esports has to be in a position where they go ahead and try to build up RFE as much as possible. He's got to get to that Trinity. You know, usually you see that under that 10-minute mark. He is doing pretty good.
Going in at the same time, but the Phantom Steed is there. Will give it a spot, but without OF, do they still want to fight this? That's going to be a bit of a well, real manipulation doesn't stop them from diving on the turret, but Carl Tizzy is still going for it. He wants to take down RP next. Get to finally finish the kill. Triple kill. You go. Stanford. Maniac. From Sanford. He gets away.
Wait, minute. Wait, Sorali खाइदिएर केही छैन बल मैले चेप्यो भन्नु यार सीएललाई lovely
are led by Carl Tizzy and Barriel.
The stampede is on at this point. Team Liquid go from 1,000 gold to almost 4,000 in about 45 seconds. They take that third turtle, they quickly rotate up to the top side, and Nino, he just goes too deep there. Ultra Ego got a little too spread apart. They got what they came for, but Carl Tizzy showed up and changed everything in Team Liquid's hands so fast.
I can't believe we're seeing the Leomord on Carl just now, and that's a Leomord who has a 3K gold.
तर अल्टर इगोसँग नि डर लाग्दछ यार यिनीहरू नि
A lead, if I could say.
चेप्न आएको हेर्दा त फेरि है अल्टर इगोले मा
6-0-4 right
डोट सार्न जस्तो भएको थियो
Yes,
भर्खरै
Call
फाइटमा
Teasy
नि
just shine now, but it's been everything they're doing. Oh, Yasuke.
ए त्यो सोरा
Wait,
wait, wait, वाइजेटले हेर त
from behind.
धन्न पेटी थिएन है पेटी थिएन मा वाइजेटसँग
Do it, Carl Teasy. Does he get to make it in time? RP still trying to finish off the kill. No! Dexter does
La,
the job.
उल्टै
Dexter gets to finish off the kill. Carl
अब
Teasy
उनीहरूको पालो वाइप आउट
manage this. It's not gonna be
तर किल खा डबल किल हो लल
Let's shut down.
वाइप आउट यताबाट नि वाइप आउट हाल्यो है
TL this time.
Wipe out for wipe out. What are we beholding right
अघि
now?
आउँदाखेरि पेटी थियो रहेछ नि
Alter
वाइजेटसँग
Ego fearlessly jump into it. 4,000 gold behind. Let's take a look at the replay real quick. It all starts with Yasuke. We just missed that, but Nino comes in from the side with a 3-man petrify, and Arfi takes the risk under the tower. If he doesn't get Oheb here, the amount of time, golly, just
Golly.
डबल किल होइन
It's
खाइदियो
exactly what
होइन
Alter
पाल्जुले
Ego
त्यो होइन
Esports needed to happen. And yes, Carl Teasy, because he's so far ahead, says, I'll take a couple with me. But now the load is up, and that was a big turn for Alter Ego. They were facing a 4K deficit.
गोल्ड हेर न त्यहाँ गोल्ड
Earlier on,
डिफरेन्स
and now they're in a much
जम्मा
better fighting
425 गोल्ड
position.
डिफरेन्स छ यार
And, you know,
एकैछिन
Yasuke
कस्तो
having a
त्यो
hell of a
गरेको यार
time in the early
त्यो
game.
रिकभर
He's
भयो
still,
यार
what I was saying before,
Alter
he
Ego
just needs to
त
kind
बल
of jump
रिकभर
in,
हाने
get that spatial migration off there. Trinity just locked in a little bit late, not too bad. But again, Arfi has done a great job at adjusting to the pressure that was put in his lane.
Alter Ego still have to be so careful though about this Lord. Yasuke is still 3 levels below Carl Teasy. That's a big retry gap. He's not going to be able to win the 50-50 here. They got to do something about Carl Teasy.
Okay, Phantom Steed already used. Raging Sand from the conscious. So many people. RP already using the basic to it. Deals so much damage to Carl and Sanford. Carl Teasy fights skill on Alec. But on the back line, Alec goes down. Carl Teasy still alive. And he actually finds a triple. It's Nino all over again left. Being chased. And Carl Teasy once more.
सक्ला त मेनेक सटडाउन मेनेक ओइ होइन ल मेगा किलर झरेछ ओके केही छैन हाम्रो लागि मेनेकै हो यो लभली 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 अर्जी
And the killing spree is doing so much of these team fights for him.
We're going to need a replay after every single one of these fights at this point. So what happens is Alec goes for a full Raging Sandstorm into the back line, but the problem was never the back line. The problem this whole time has been Carl Teasy.
Wait, Lord, Tower
Hey, he wanted to go, but that's a good amount of gold to Arfi.
फेरि वाइफ त गर्दै हो नि अघि यार
Bringing us twitching over here.
टावरले घाम्दै हेर न घोडाको गाडमा लाग्दिएर यार
And the damage connected after
What's where you
the
say?
MI shot.
Needed turret. Needed help. And that's good though. Again, you have to stop this guy, right? Carl Teasy just having too much roam, like freedom to roam. Yeah. Like what do you do again? He did pick up some defensive items now. He's got the
सन्जीको
brute
लोही
force,
चाहिँ
he's got
मनपर्छ
the
है मलाई
wings.
एकदमै
This is insane, man. Like he's got a prolific roar, a fury hammer, and then the war axe, and he's doing that much damage. So the saving grace here for Alter Ego Esports is again, Nino has had a hell of a game, still maintaining it. The petrifies have been so good, and they can work on it. Also, if the stacks can build up on Hijime on this Jushin, that will really benefit these team fights. They should be able to
याजुकी लुकिरा हेर नि त गिनीबरमा सेट हान्छ अहिले त्यो याजुकीले ओइ त्यहाँ नजा झन्न लभली लभ ओइ त्यो विन्टर क्राउन हान्यो गिनीबर विन्टर क्राउन हान्यो लभली लभली याजुकी बच्यो यार त्यो गिनीबर
Just in time before the other
लभली
members
है
of Liquid
गिनीबरले
arrive.
लभली भाग्यो
They
है
thread the needles, dodge the shots. If Oheb connects one more of those on anyone, they're going down at this point. But Carl Teasy
अलिकति चोट गाडा
my goodness, which is
घोडाको मुनि
faster.
यत्रो लौरा निकालेर गाडा यसको
There's good Sandbar gets
ओ
cancelled.
त्यो बालवाले हान्न
Somehow helps him though. Carl Teasy can
त्यो बालवा त मुझे हाम्रै बेसन छिर्न लाग्यो त
Oheb with the
आम्मामा रिकल देखा त्यसले
And now finally
स्प्याक
hits.
He bides some time though. Alter Ego
तर
Esports,
टाइम
I said
चाहिँ
it
त्यो
before the
गर्यो यार
last board
त्यसले
fight.
एकछिन हैन
Yasuke still level 13. They shouldn't be taking these big objective fights. They need to look for small pickoffs, get themselves to the right goal point.
क्वालिटी छ कि छैन अल्टी छ गिनीबर क्वालिटी छ भने ल तर ओइ सेन्फोर्डले उल्टो त्यसले लौडेलाई चाहिँ हान्छ लभली लभली काल्ची आ गया घोडा चढेर आइसक्यो रहेछ
Just when
लभली
you
राजकुमार
think some things things are going right for
Ah,
Alter Ego. These
sahi,
boys, Team
Sahil,
Liquid
sahi
says
baat
no.
hai.
Now they're knocking on the base turret here in the mid lane.
there's the
Oi,
rework
lovely,
from
lovely.
Zubika from Hijume. Black Dragon
Tara,
coming in from Nino.
only
They're
come
trying
like
to
in
save
last
this
match,
game, but Battle
why
Team
we
comes in
quality.
just at the right moment. They
Internal
have one
element
minion
sorting
inside the
lovely
base, but they're gonna work on
game.
this bottom lane base turret first. Discipline for
कति
Team
सेकेन्ड बाँकी छ
Liquid.
गिनबर आउन 10 9 8
Discipline at
ल
that.
ल ल
Alter Ego's esports
सरिनाले
will
अर्को
be able
एक
to
लड हान्ने
defend.
सोच कि
Team Liquid,
अर्को
they're
एक
going to take
फाइटले
this
डिसाइड
5,000 gold
गर्छ
lead after taking all this jungle away from Alter Esports. A little bit higher.
लभली है लभली है केटाहरू खेल्दैछ है खेल्दैछ है गरिरहेछन्
10 seconds.
हाम्रो भाइहरूले
And once again, to say it for maybe the 20th
Rasmar.
time, Yasuke is multiple levels.
अब यहाँ लडमा पर्छ केटा हो डेन्जर फाइट
Gold lead at that.
यहाँ डिसाइड हुन्छ अब
Carl
एकछिन
Tizzy, 14-2-5 at
5,000 को गोल
into the
डिफरेन्स छ
hands
है
of
अब
Carl
चाहिँ
Tizzy.
And we're seeing another winter or wind of nature over Winter Crown Claude.
गिनिबर
For
कान्छ
Alter
त्यहाँ
Ego
गिनिबर
here,
अरू
our-
सब सम्हाल्दै छ यता यता सब सम्हाल्दै छ यता पनि
On the team fighting here, I mean, they're showing face around this. Lord, do they want to take
Wait,
this
wait,
fight?
wait.
Reversing it
तिनीहरूको
down, but the
नाइस
Black
खेलहरू
Dragon
राख्दा
forward.
सम्झाइ
Oh,
ओए lovely काल्जी
Raging Scepter doesn't
Lovely,
actually
lovely.
hit onto anyone. RP going
स्ट्यान्डफोर्डलाई
into the
स्ट्यान्डफोर्डलाई
Carl
कोही
Tizzy trying to deal with it though.
काल्जीले
And
निनोले ओ
finally
निनोले
returns
च्याप्यो
to
भने
the
काल्जीलाई
game.
लक च्याप्यो
Separate
निनोले
team
काल्जीलाई
there to take care of them. Carl Tizzy though
Sidai.
actually going down. He's trying to work on Oheb. And
Oheb,
that's
yes,
all
Oheb.
actually
Lo! Chuksin
finished
mother
the
जात यो
job.
चुक्सिन
That's Baby Cakes already taken down by Alter Ego.
But still, it's a 3v2. Nino on the run right now.
Oh my
सक्ला त
goodness, this is
चुक्सिन है
a Piercer
लभली
to
कतिजना
in, but
एकजना मात्र बाँकी निनो मात्रै
doesn't allow him
सिद्धो सिद्धो सिद्धो
anymore.
Doesn't have a Black Dragon. He doesn't have a
Sidhu,
Petrify. There's
Sidhu,
no
winning
way to stop
moment.
the onslaught.
There's the
Winning
dragon, but it's not
moment.
gonna be enough.
Winning
Separate
moment.
team, they are just
Hi,
focused
winning
on the
moment.
base. Team Liquid are at match point.
अन्य हैन मैले सिर्फ भाइरो नि
Literally
Lovely.
stampeded game 3, and that was with Carl Tizzy's Leomord, and man, Alter Ego, they fought valiantly, but just not enough to deal with
2-1
everything.
सिधै 3-1 मा सिधाउने के सिधै 3-1 मा हामी धेरै चलेर नबसी अब 2-2 2-3 त्यसो नगर्ने सिधै 3-1 मापुरी देखाउनु पर्यो टिएलबिएस को भनेर मापुरी
We saw it in game number
अस्तिदेखि
2.
बिगारेको
We
छ
see it in
म्या
game number 3. If Yasuke can't play, AE can't play at this point. It doesn't matter how good of a game Nino has. It doesn't matter how good of a game RP has, or the big play that Hijume can make. If Yasuke can't retry, if Yasuke can't hang out in the fight, Alter Ego are forced to back off, and when Carl Tizzy has a lead like that,
Yeah.
there's nothing stopping the stampede.
Even with
मजा है
the
मजा
flicker
है
forced out of JP
No.
early on in this game, all he needed to do was literally watch out for Yasuke, pass on the information, and every single time they were able to deal with him. That was the Hilda of JP, who time and time again we've seen bring in so much impact in this, or in multiple games that they played whenever he gets his hands on it. And now we see it all over again, shutting down one of the most important players of Alter Ego.
बेसान मुसी बेसान भन्दै छ
Again,
त्यसले
Nino had a hell of a game on the Yuzhong, but it just was not enough to turn the tide here. Let's throw it over to the panel to break down our game 3.
It's the old
Balla
adage of
खुसी भयो
teach a
है
man to
सम्झेर।
fish and he'll never go hungry. Give the goat a horse. and Team
टिएलपिएस
Liquid
जिते
are
पनि
matched
मैले
for
अल्टर
candidates
इगोको
to get
बेजत हुँदैन के अल्टर इगोले चाहिँ टिएलपिएसलाई जित्यो भने मैले बेजत हुन्छ कि टिएलपिएसको त्यो हो
It's
कुरा
actually looking
चाहिँ
so bad for Team Liquid because you're gonna have to hand it to Alter Ego. They were looking for the right openings, putting their cloth in the right places as well as this winning.
दाइले कार्डजीलाई सिकाए पनि आफ्नो म्याच खेल्छ कम खडा मान्ने परेन
You can't beat the numbers. Stats will show.
रेटी मात्र हेर न
Winner
रेटीको
has
टाइमिङ
been
मैले
one
सिकाएको
of the
होला
picks of M7 of all time. All right, whether you put her in Rome or you put her in jungle, just something about this hero doesn't fit. All right, there's a lot of decisions you have to make for it to work out.
गोट है गोट
But
देखाइरहेको छ है
for
तिमीहरूले
Liquid
त्यहाँ
specifically, if they learn from their opponents and they pick up on the metagame and then they use it immediately, then you know that you're in trouble. This is
3-1
Carl
है,
Tizzy's
3-1
very
सिद्धिनु
first
पर्यो
Leo
again,
board
3-1 मा।
on the world stage. And
अरू
just
के
like
थाहा
how
छैन
Hawk
हामीलाई।
started picking up Sora, the effects are felt
स्ट्यान्डफोर्डको
the
स्ट्यान्डिङ
world
लभली हो
out.
त
I gotta be, we gotta be fair with Alter Ego. I think that the first 3 picks for Alter Ego were really good. I think it's smart that the fact that they stole away the Claude, they answered the Leomord with an early pick on the Guinevere, because if you look back at the previous games where Leomord was picked, the Guinevere is automatically banned in the second phase to go with the Harley. And in this scenario, it's Guinevere and the Claude. They go hand in hand together. In theory, this looks really good. They close it up with this Yuzhong up against the Yi, which made it so that Sanji did not have a
सिजनदेखि चाहिँ अलि हिरो पुल बढाउनु पर्ने भन्दैछ यहाँ हाम्रो केटाहरूले पनि अर्को सिजन चाहिँ बासीले चाहिँ एसएससी न एसएससी हान्नु पर्यो भनेर छ होइन देखाइदिनु पर्ला है अब रियल गेम सहिल
There were so many times with this, yes, the brink of death, but he turns it around.
Killing spree. It's like I was watching early 2019 or late 2018 MVP all over again. During that time, he was a kid. Now he's the man that he is, the GOAT that he is. 14, 3, and 6.
Something beautiful about the way he played
this.
It's a 30% damage reduction, 30+%, because of how he would randomly pull Phantom Steeds when you least expect it. Start fight, Phantom Steed would come off of it. All right, wait. 12, 13 seconds. We got it back. And that is the kind of battle readiness and combat awareness that you need to be able to use this hero. I think, again, maybe to compare to yesterday's Leomord or even to Yasuke's Leomord from a couple of nights back, this might be one of the best Leomords of M7.
Totally agree.
यो फाइट झन नि लिनोले कस्तो गरिदिएको मातुरी
This one is also reminiscent of that. Look at how much he had of this 4 heroes.
अनि जे भयो नि तर कालजीले डबल किल लिएर गइदियो नि त्यति भइ काम गर्यो
I think that this the fight before
त्यतिखेर गोल ग्याप हेर न एकैछिनमा कस्तो त्यो गरिदियो तिनीहरूले मा रिकभर है बब्बा रिकभर गरे आज
Cartesi unfortunately was left unchecked. Sanford and Cartesi onto the back lines was enough for Team Liquid to just get through the damage dealers of Alter Ego.
There was something about the team fighting here of Alter Ego that I feel like despite being one of these teams incredibly well, it's as if they forgot how to deal with this Leomord.
यहाँ लड खाएको त हेरेकै थिएन मैले त यार एकैछिनमा यो लड स्लेम भनेर आइदिएर
went to roam instead. When you're getting the Guinevere and the Juicin together, you're looking for the combination. Juicin
निनोले त जबरजस्ती हानेर आएको नि लिमा कालजीलाई
doesn't need to use her knock-up to get people into the space of Violet Requiem. They feed off of each other's energy. If they pack that into the mid to try and mess with Sanji just a little bit more, oh my goodness, then it would have been more effective. But at the same time, I feel like they ran out of options. Because if they went for the Guinevere in Rome, that means whatever assassin pick that Yasuke ended up with would have been very lonely.
Okay, down the same road, arguing for what this Guinevere could have done, as will our friend Rayash would say, build tank. Because one of your main things that you do well is to get that CC, right? When you stop the Leomord from getting stacks on Oathkeeper, that's when you kind of stop the bleeding. So by building the Genius One first, correct me if I'm wrong, he built the Genius One first.
Yes.
He wouldn't do that. He would literally just get the position in, get spotted first, die. That's why he died 8 times.
I think they put themselves in a weird position where, because you picked up the Jushin, you usually look for another source of magic damage that's bursty in nature so that you will not lack the magic damage, and you will get that usually from the side lanes. That's why Edith was the classic pickup with the Jushin, and right now it's the Alice, right? Or even the Esmeralda, so that you at least have that magic damage to go with you when you do pick up the Jushin. However, Alter Ego last picked the Yuzhong, and now if you're looking, previously if you were looking for the items of
Rising छैन राइजिङ खेलेर पनि टपमा पुग्यो भने त M7 को के M सिरिज को त्यसमा जान पाउने रहेछ नि त अघि भर्खर देखाइरा थियो टप 8 को खेलाडीहरु MRO को टप 8 खेलाडीहरु M7 को स्टेजमा छ के हामी पनि एमएच पुग्नु पर्यो यार
I'm gonna give it to 3 games now. Beat Sanford in lane. He has been straight up winning the lane matchup really well against the Apex Predator. And this affected this game with 9-3 and 3 on the stat line.
अर्को गेम फेरि अल्टर इगोले जित्यो भन्दा त म्याच 50-50 पो हुन्छ त जो जिताको सिकन्दर हुन्छ त नि लास्ट म्याच त त्यसरी हुन्न सिधै 3-1 डाइरेक्ट 3-1 जित्ने हामी
You are sort of nerfing Yasuke, making him play more utility.
That's right. In the essence of things, Arfi was just waiting to come online. That whole Guinevere and Zushin situation. Alec was opening the map up, or at least trying, which left Nino to be the only one to really get the focus on his job, win that lane, and win some engagements, but that wasn't enough.
Yeah, well, I guess it's also because of the positioning that we can see from Team Liquid. They have adjusted accordingly. There were times that they lost the team fights actually because of the better execution coming out from Alter Ego, but there were also times that they had to adjust. And when they did adjust, they put Kaltizi and Sanford into the back lines. You have JP to eventually protect the Zeev. I think that they also played Sanji in a way that it's almost sacrificial in a way, so that there's a lot of overcommitment coming out from Alter Ego, and then take the fight from there. Team Liquid is notoriously good at problem solving. They're good at troubleshooting the team fights that they have lost prior to another team fight, and then around objectives, they know how to execute properly.
Liquid head into match point as we go into game number 4, but it's time for us to play our own little game here. A new way to celebrate esports highlights.
Pack Wars.
Pack Wars, the official MLBB M Series tournament trading cards, bring premium design and modern tech together. It's available this January. Head to oneplay.com for early access. Let's open up some packs. Leo, start things off for us.
हिजो मेरोमा टिकटकमा आइरहेको थियो यस्तो प्याक खोलेकोहरू पास हुँदो रहेछ हो
Someone say a god pack.
Yeah. And right before this, I just got JP as well, and in pretty good treatment of it.
All right, here we go. I
के के
got.
पाउँदो रहेछ है त गाइज
Oh,
मेरो पल्टन खास
okay.
Whoop. That is of RLG.
नाम हे रहेछ नि त गेमिङ गाइड
All right,
Nice, very nice.
waiting in the grand finals, baby.
Very nice pickup. Ooh,
This is RX.
okay.
It's a wildcard team. Boostgate. He came up to the Swiss, and there you go. Guangzhou. Ying.
All right, okay. Who did you get, Wolf?
Okay, let's see. Oh, it's all right. Let's start with that's XE.
टिकटकमा 35 डायमन्ड फ्रीमा दिन्छ दाइ कसरी कसरी कसरी
That is one shot.
Oh, one shot.
What do they call this kind of?
There's a profile.
Profile. All right. Ooh, ow, I love it. Ow.
All right, we got teammates.
Yeah, we just go for the hits, baby. We just go for the hits. We're gonna get Speedy from Max. I'm a Speedy guy, so it's a turn up. Rosa, okay, I've been getting some good pulls this M7. Oh, TNC, yo, look at that! Oh my,
wow, okay.
oh my God, bro, I'm so lucky with these packs.
That's really good. You got a combo.
Wow.
You got a mid and jungle.
Yes, sir. And
Oi, innocent.
What the heck is my luck? Okay.
एमसिबी नि हेरेर
Hot hands.
एमसिबी नि हेरेर 35 डायमन्ड पाउँछ कसरी
Next Aura. That is.
टिकटकमा हेर्न जानुपर्ने हो
Ooh, look at this. What is
त्यहाँ
this?
पो जानुपर्छ क्या हो
Oh, that's a nice treatment, sir.
That's Kakoi.
त्यो काइरी काइरी जस्तो देख्ने पो रहेछ त काइरीको भाइ लाइरी जस्तो थियो त
Oh, wait. Oh, it's Steve.
Oh.
Oh, you got a whole team.
You got SRG.
Oh, hey, are you researching? All right.
यसरी
Really
टिमै
good one.
Bad caught.
We're gonna do
I got Gear from Evil. And, oh, it's pretty
यो
foil.
कार्ड चाहिँ के गर्ने अनि गाँड भित्र हाल्ने
Oh, I got Team Spirit, the whole team.
All right. If you want in on this, scan the QR code, go to OnePlay, check out for more information, get yourself a piece of M Series history. Oh, that's gorgeous. Man, look at that TNZ card. It says right there too. All right. But of course, in game we also have a lot of treats for you.
5 मिनेट
So I have a
हेरेको
question. Are
5
you a
डायमन्ड 10
Granger
मिनेटको
main?
10 डायमन्ड
Even
अनि
if you're not, the skin is
What up?
beautiful. You need
Kaya,
it.
कसरी?
You
Hello?
Thunder Ascendant skin. It's available right now.
त्यो-
Unlock the M7 pass and it's yours.
मोबाइल लेजेन्डमा नि टिकटक एकाउन्ट पनि त्यो हुनुपर्छ हो
That is the Granger Prime skin that you
Log
see
in.
on your screens right now. And if you get to level 150 in the pass, you get that. Speaking of the Prime skin, the beauty is waiting for you at level 75 in the pass. Just get to level 75 and unlock.
लिमिट चाहिँ
Play the
30
game
मिनेटसम्म
a
हो
lot.
30 मिनेट भन्नाले
Participate
20
in
डायमन्डसम्म हो
guest games that
टिकटक
we have,
एकाउन्ट
guest
लिङ्क
games that we have, and
गर्नुपर्छ
then get a chance
ओके
to bump up that pass even more, unlock the pass and start
अनि
grinding.
गेमबाटै
I'm
हेर्ने
just
होला
30
नि
off.
गेमबाटै
I'm at
त्यहाँबाट
40 something now.
त्यो वाच स्ट्रिम गरेर
I'm
हेर्ने
30
होला हो
levels away from yay here.
Is it just third?
No, in game.
In game.
Yeah, the
Okay.
figurine is like, I'm
सकिसक्यो
far from the
भोलि
figurine.
त
I'm
सुरु
100 from the
हुनु
figurine.
पर्छ ओके
Man, I wish I could reach the figurine though, because that's always been a goal every year. I have only achieved it ever once.
Which year was that?
The Yuzhong.
त्यो वान टाइम हो कि डेली हेऱ्यो भने डेली आउँछ डायमन्ड वान टाइम होला है
Okay.
Okay, we just no, I found it. By the way, the Magic Chess Go World Championship Go won. The very first one is on
Magic
January
Chess पनि हुन
25th,
लागेको छ
the
त
same day as the M7 finals. That's tomorrow, and the Go 1 finals will be held at the
यो त पहिले खेलेको छैन
M7
यार यसो
Carnival
Magic
right
Chess
outside
Championship।
venue here in Jakarta, Indonesia. Tennis and Senayan. A vast amount of watching prizes will be given out, so please follow the official channels for the latest information. Let's jointly witness the birth of the first world champion of MCGG. We're gonna crown 2 world champions by the end of this weekend. That's so cool.
We must all jointly partake
Yeah.
in both.
In both.
I mean, we'll be here for both anyways.
Yeah,
मैले 100
we can probably watch it.
दिल्ली हेर्न पाएँ हो सहिल
Yeah, for sure.
Interesting.
I hope Yu Zhong
सिकाउन यार
gets picked.
हेलो
I'm a big Yu Zhong fan, by the way. Number 6, bagong ilog Yu Zhong here.
I'm a Valir. I picked the
म
number
त
40
अहिलेमा
for
लिङ्क हान्न
Quezon
जानु
City
पर्यो
this season.
टिकटकमा
Number 1
केटाहरूमा एक्लै एक्लै कमाएर यार सिक्रीमा बस्दिने
That's MOVB though.
सिकाउनु पर्दैन
That's not
Oh,
it.
that's ML, yeah, that's not MCGG.
Yeah,
Get on this.
sorry.
Well, and the MCGG Go One World Championship is tomorrow, but we have to talk about Game 4, which is going to be starting in just a bit, heading into the draft. This is the first time on this series, in game number 3, that a blue side team
मिस गरिदियो यार
lost. Team Liquid are at match point. If you're Liquid, are you just going to double down on the fast Liquid stampede and try to end it before 12 minutes?
There's no other way. And I think Alter Ego will try to say blue again.
तर चाहिँदैन मलाई त्यस्तो डायमन्ड साइमन
If there is
तिनीहरूले
something they can do
राखोस्
to change
गरिखाओस्
it, at least, you know,
मैले चाहिँ
stop it
धनी
and
होस्
just go all the way.
सकिल धनी होस्
I think that
मुजीहरू
would be to make less crazy
मेरो
choices.
डायमन्डले मुजी घर
I don't know,
बनाओस्
Pope, you seem
मुजीहरू
to be of the school of thought that the Guinevere was fine because it was answering the Liam word.
Yeah.
But I think there could have been more. There could have been
गर्नु
something
पर्यो
else there.
गेममा
I think
टिकटक
it's the
टिकटकमा
Guinevere. I agreed with the Guinevere because it's the safer
म त अहिले
choice.
लिङ्क गरेर अहिले
It was
हेर्दैछु
part of the MO of other teams.
Nah.
But yeah, I do agree with you.
Yeah,
I think
oy.
you cannot go crazy.
आकाश पनि गेमभित्र आइसकेको रहेछ आकाश के हो टिकटक लिङ्क हान्न हो
Yeah. We have a little trivia game for you. If Joe is the most picked hero in the M series, who is the second? That's actually a
आकाश पनि
very
यहाँ
good
मैले
one.
गेममा भेटेँ है यहाँ भर्खर
We see the graphic every now and then.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much that has changed.
Is it the Cloud?
I'm guessing it's the Claude. I feel like he's one of those heroes that's
एकाउन्टमा
always just
गएर
been there.
टिकटकको एकाउन्ट लिङ्क हान्ने होइन त
Oh, that might be.
She's there. Yisun Shin, Claude,
TikTok
Farsa,
account.
they're all up there with Cho.
For the
The other
changes,
one.
please tap the account center on the right.
Is it?
Okay.
Oh.
That's your band. That's
This-
bad.
yeah, this is the top
Relax.
band.
All right, relax.
कसको
For
win rate मा
M7.
कसको टप 5 हेरो ब्यान्ड
Great. But I do
Suksinoमा-
agree with Jushin being bad. 75% win rate, 67
यो
times.
कसरी एकाउन्ट त्यो गर्ने हो
As well. All right.
एकाउन्ट
So,
सेन्टरमा गएर
most contested, I guess.
Yeah.
The Jushin.
Okay, put it in
Oh, you
chat.
call it
Which
that,
is
yeah,
the
yeah.
second most?
अनि कलेक्ट त 145 सम्म मात्र हो नि यार आकाश
I'm really guessing
त्यो त अब आजको भयो हिजोको चाहिँ 145 सम्म हुन्छ त्यसपछि फेरि रेसेस अनि नेक्स्ट डेको हुन्छ है
Is there an M series where we didn't see
मलाई यहाँ
Oh, M3.
टिकटक एकाउन्टमा थिच्दाखेरि मलाई होइन के भनिरहेको छु भने
I
होइन
think it's Claude. I think it's
यो
Claude.
एकाउन्ट सेन्टरमा गएर थिच भन्यो नि एकाउन्ट सेन्टरमा कहाँ थिच्ने मेरो
Yeah,
गाउँभित्र
and
थिच्ने
Grok
मात्रै हो त
gets
अनि
banned too.
Yeah, Grok is not in that five.
Yeah, he's on that like saying, let us know.
The fact that we don't know, I really want to know that.
That's what 7 years of history you're looking at.
Now here we are. The second most big hero in M series history is Claude.
Okay,
All right.
Be good, be good.
Okay, now who is the third? No, I'm kidding, no, we're not going to play this game all the way until the end of the draft. But put down in your comment section wherever you're watching, who do you think is going to go blue, who's going to go red, who is going to be the first picked hero? A lot of questions there, but I know y'all love to analyze the game and tell us that you're better than us at analyzing the game, so why don't you just, comment it away?
This
Let us
account is
know.
already connected to current game
Pull the
database.
kid bomb, I'm
Connect
saying.
छ जस्तो छ यार मेरो
Guys who
टिकटक
got
अब
kicked
यहाँ
off, but yeah, behind the
सिधै
scenes,
यो
we're all just opening packs here, so
यसमा गएर यो M7मा गएर हामीले वाच स्ट्रिम हान्यो भने पुग्छ एकाउन्टमा जानु अनि टिकटक छ त्यहाँ टिकटकमा लिङ्क गर्न मिल्छ
into
त्यो
expanding
अलरेडी
river.
कनेक्ट छ भने जस्तो लाग्यो है भर्खर
His Team Liquid side.
अब यहाँ स्ट्रिम लाइभ स्ट्रिम भनेर चलिरहेछ नि होइन
Alter Ego don't change
अब
much.
मैले
They
टिकटकमा
still go for
कसरी
the
यो त
hard
वाइटीकै
box
चलिरहेछ नि यसमा त
Fanny Grok, Juicin
अब?
are the band
So
of
Eve
Team
for
Liquid.
Claude. Eve for Claude is the trait
अब के गर्ने
Team
हेलो
Liquid is offering Alter Ego this time. But there is also a chance that this is a first pick Leopold, right?
Yeah.
कोका
I
भन्छ
feel like
आर्नोल्ड
Alter Ego is
फ्रेजिङ
still
बाक्से
ahead.
ब्यान्ड हानेछ है
You
अल्डरिगोले
played really well.
हाम्रो
Asuka
टिएलपिएसबाट
plays it
चाहिँ
really well.
छुक्सिन
Allow
फ्यानी
him to carry
गरक
the team.
गरक लेसनर
It's
एमएलमा
Claude
वाच
or
स्ट्रिम
Leopold
गर्ने
now,
होइन
Alter
दाइ
Ego.
टिकटकमा नै
Or are
हेर्ने
they willing
गेमभित्र
to
होइन
pick the Hilda first, seeing as how good it
watch
is?
stream
There it
गर्ने
is, Leopold. Hilda
वाच
Claude is
स्ट्रिम
my guess
भन्दा
here for
पनि
Team
लाइभ
Liquid.
स्ट्रिम भन्ने चलिरहेछ यहाँ एमसिबीमा
That'll be
छिरेपछि
a great combination for sure. Apply the pressure, get the vision. At the same time, the Hilda doesn't have to worry about that juice in. I don't think Liquid can afford to go static with an Eve here. I'd want
ए
to
टिकटक लाइभ त्यो लाइभमा गएर टिकटक लाइभ हो के हो हेलो
Hey, actually. But that means that also you can
ML को म
that
यो
makes even
हाम्रो
that
टप
makes not
राइटमा
even safer as a
हुन्छ
first
नि
pick.
एउटा M7 छ एउटा लिडर बोर्ड छ
However, there is a world where
अनि
they pick
एउटा
up
लाइभ हेर्ने
Hilda and
ओके
Farsa.
ओके पठाउँछु सकियो
That's also an option for them.
Since for the first time in a
चाहियो
while,
मेरेको चाहिए
Farsa's open. Farsa was open in the
मेरेको
last game.
चाहिए
Yeah, that's right.
I think Alter Ego Akai. Oh no,
Kalea.
I got way too excited. He sounded a bit like Poe there. So Kalea Claude, if Alter Ego don't get the Valentina here, I'm just gonna say now, Liquid just pick up that Kai at third.
That's right. And Alter Ego also has to think about the potential of the Luyi, because this is Luyi or Eve as the third pick of Team Liquid. Alter Ego might have to prepare for that, so they will take the Farsa. I think this is really smart, and then the Freya. I really like this adjustment because now Team Liquid will have to think about the Luyi more than for more than
के
a
भएछ
minute here.
फारसा पिक हान्ने छ उताबाट साथी लु लु हान्ने भने कस्तो होला त यसमा फ्रेयर लियो मोड र फारसा लिएको साल्टरीकोले हैन
Lots of places.
हाम्रो यहाँ लोडे
Last time I saw that
कलिया
was in MSC of this
अरु
year.
मलाई कलिया
In MSC,
मलाई
they
कस्तो
brought
कस्तो
Kyrie
लाग्छ
back from
यार
Manila.
That's right.
That was Onic BH.
Amazonic BH indeed. Luyi or Eve. The choice is now for Team Liquid.
I'm not a fan of the Eve here. I think just go double down on the low Yi. You're gonna need that little bits of crowd control so you can pick out with the low
है अब चाहिँ म इन्स्टामा गएँ
Luyi Kalea.
So now this balances things out because if they went for the Eve, it's them showing Alter Ego we can see the early to the mid game. We're gonna be playing for the counter punches. You're gonna get a 3,000 to 5,000 lead, but we're gonna turn it around. But with this low Yi, they can be more proactive. Just to temper expectations, gentlemen. As cool as it is to see the world's farthest taken Tsunami Slam and the world's longest BMI,
Okay.
they still need something to hold it down. They still need a good front line. And the question is, what does Carl Deasy get?
Kai and Luyi. It could be.
Oh,
Okay.
But I wouldn't be so miffed if it ends up being like a Lancelot. Ah, well, yeah, actually. The Lancelot of Carl can still do wonders here. Or a Haya. Yeah. But mainly you're going to be looking for the Farsa. The frames of Liam aren't going to be a lot of your targets. It's going to be you trying to burst down the Hijume pick. And then hoping that your backline hasn't been decimated by the Freya and the Leomord, which I feel like is not the vibe Liquid should be going for here.
And there could also be the potential of the Sora. A Sora delivery could also be as dangerous as a reverse delivery with the Kalea as well as the Luyi. I think it has just good synergy with the entirety of Team Liquid.
टिकटक लाइभमा
It's also a denial pick if
कहाँबाट
they do
हामी
get
डाइरेक्ट
that hero.
टिकटकमा जाने हो
What else is
कहाँ जाने हो सफिल
Is there a world where we see Harley on
टिकटक लाइभमा
Actually, yeah, with the Gato Ban, I was wondering, wait, are they now going to be pulling a page from Aurora Turkia's book?
Yeah.
I mean, up against the Leomord and Freya, though, and with Harley, Claude, that's so demanding.
So demanding. Typically, Team Liquid will just go for a tag hero. I do feel like the Sora is a good hero for Team Liquid overall. They might just take it safe though. Maybe just get Terizda, for example, for Mr.
More likely, because if they were going for the Sora, they would have at least banned the Valentina in red. Yeah,
That's also true.
but they go Sora here. Valentina can get picked up by Alter Ego.
Team Liquid might just simplify this by picking up a Hayabusa because there's no Hilda.
Yeah.
Oh, there
Yet.
That's the CC.
Okay.
Alright. We are about to see a different County Zero. That's what I feel like. It's gonna be.
Or just Hayabusa.
Just Hayabusa. Alter Ego against the CC. They will want to go for no Uranus. I think they're left with Alice at this point.
And what does Alex pick up? Alice would be perfect here, honestly. Does Alec Khalid again? Does he try to chase where the Luyi goes?
Or maybe they chip.
Oh, quite chippable.
Quite chippable.
They have chipped and they won against Spirit last night.
Yeah.
To be fair, with the lineup of Liquid, I think Cho might actually be really good.
Yeah.
Rotational speed, the kick.
They pick up the Sora themselves. And now the Cho or the chip? What is the choice?
What's Alex fill in?
Well, that's the
Okay.
And now, Team Liquid, Hayabusa.
Yeah.
How likely is it that they go for another
सीसी
fighter?
ल सोरा उता पो लिएछ त यार
Alpha.
एमसीएमको अफिसियल च्यानल ओके म एकचोटि छिरेर हेर्छु हैन
Thank you. Wow.
ओके
They're going
Okay,
in for the juggler.
र
This is
ल ल ल ल हेरौँ कालजीको अक्काइ हेरिदिनु न त है
specializes on the utility with the Claude, the Kalea, the Loyi delivery, with the CC on top for additional damage. This is Team Liquid wanting to win it all in this series.
And the lineup rating leans towards Liquid. Take it with a grain of salt. But if this works, it's a callback. Lower bracket finals, M4 World Championship. Bendy Cutie on the Claude, Carl Teasy on the Kai. Plus Dexter ended the game and made them move forward to the grand finals. Match point for Liquid. The last remaining hope of Indonesia and Alter Ego. Defiant, wanting to force a game number 5. Will it be the Golden Road continuing, or will Alter Ego force this to go all the way?
The hope and dreams of Indonesia are in the hands of Alter Ego right now for this one. Can they extend the series, or will Team Liquid continue the Golden Road stampede forward to face off SRG in that lower bracket final? Trex, we see the drafts here. We've seen what happened throughout the series. How do you feel about this one?
I don't know. I was heavily expecting in the second ban phase to see the Akai ban out. It has been one of the single answers to the Leomord heavily, especially in the hands of a Filipino team. Who's been around for so many metas and can play just about anything comfortably. You add that up with the Lu Yi, it is definitely a dangerous combination for Team Liquid. On the side of Alter Ego, though, you have Arfi on comfort, you have Nino on comfort, you have the Farza. It is a powerhouse of picks on both sides.
It's always been the Filipino team so far bringing out the Akai, and so far it's working. Demon Kite. Now Carl Teasy, who I think has been through a decent amount of
I mean, it's one of those things that's funny. This is why I always love these longer series, you know, best of 5s, best of 7s, because even though we find like ourselves in a meta, especially here, like whether the M series or the major tournaments, but then also you see the throwback of some of the lineups and metas that worked in the past, and you know, a lot of the junglers out there, like Carl Teasy, like Demon Kite, like you mentioned, and you know, even all around, they all spend so much time on utility junglers for the longest time, right? That was the meta, that was the play for a while, and now you've got this good balance, I feel like, between the assassins and then utility bringing forward. It looks like they want to make a play up top.
Oh, now they're going to try to go for Yazuke once again. The Phantom Steed is baited out though. Nino trying to go for the fourth. That's a CC immune. Finishing off the deal on Sad for JP. But he gets taken down. Might just want more. Looking for Sanji here, but Sanji gets out safely.
I didn't even think about that mechanic of the sword.
Left side को corner में आउँछ दाइ त्यो diamond वाला pocket जस्तै हुन्छ. Okay, भोलि हेर्छ अब हामी भोलि हेर्छौँ.
You just pound down and you're unaffected by it. That could honestly be the answer. That could honestly be the counter that Alter Ego needs to carry them through this game.
This is exactly what Alter Ego needed to happen here at this point. You know, game 4, get a strong start, and they do exactly that. So Turtle in their hands, a nice 1,000 plus gold lead for now. A good amount of kills too, spread across the board. Oh.
Whoa. That was just the edge of the glorious pathway meant to slow Sanji down, but now they bring in Alec under the turret and with that
Nino le Sanford खाइदिन्छ त अनि माथि.
The kill.
Wow, but Nino got a solo kill.
Yeah, somehow we didn't get to see it, but that's the second time Sanford went down.
And that's a 2-0-2 Sora right now. Normally it takes a bit for them to come online, but it's going to be happening a lot quicker now. He's already level 6. Sanford's going to be having trouble 0-2 and 0. But we've seen Sanford always seems to pick himself up, get the dust off his shoulders, and get back in the game.
So it's funny because
Oh, now they try to go for the setup, but that's a Purify from Hijume, so he'll be okay. Somehow the laning seems to be going really well for Alter Ego.
Yeah, this is what they need. The opposite ends of the map as well. An Oracle first item now picked up for Nino. He knows he's going to be one of the more press initiators for the slime that allows that space for Alec to work with the silos. And you just have a lot of pressure from Alter Ego's lineup. Again, even Arfi, the the most winning I feel like Freya we have currently in M7.
Freya so yaar gold ma.
Arfi definitely knows his hero through it in and out. I
Garo
mean, look at the way he's
पर्छ
just gonna
जस्तो
go
त
ahead
यार
and take some of this gold under
यो
Oheb.
फारसाले चिप्न आएको हेर नि त्यहाँ
Such quick rotations too coming in from Alter Ego. Oheb already using the BMI now. Even Carl just trying to take his purple buff. There might just attempt to deny it from him. Oh, a flicker already pushed out of Oheb. JP holding that push though, really trying to go for the setup, but however they are looking down bottom. That's gonna be the BM or the Blazing Duet just to clear him away. But they outplayed.
मर्छ आफै मर्छ होला मरि यार यहाँ के हुँदैछ हेलो कसले के हान्यो तिनीहरूको त हेल्दै घट्दैन त अनि त्यो कालजीको गाँड हान्यो झन्डै कालजीको गाँड फेरि गएको स्यानफोर्ड
What looked like such a good team fight for Alter Ego under the tier 1 turret, it goes bad very quickly as TL is able to pick up a couple kills. Good thing Yazuke is still alive, so that threat for the turtle is still there. But meanwhile, also, we have to take note of what happened in the gold lane, man. Arfi is not letting up an Oheb.
He's okay with the one. Once again.
Arfi is manhandling Oheb right now. I gotta say, this Freya is unstoppable for now.
Yep, and now it's Konzizi with a spot. Does have that split, now he's forced to use it. Four members of Alter Ego manning this turtle, they cannot contest.
For lane right now.
Yeah. Stun doesn't land on Sanford, but
Wow. Hey, Alter Ego, they'll make it happen where they need to. Yeah, they lost the team fight. Well, they just got it and more.
Alter Ego, 2.3k gold lead. Arfi, Oheb has to just maybe swap. I don't even know. Could you go to the other lane?
I feel like we're seeing the same thing here, Trex.
Either. Arfi, taking a look at the win rate, predicts 62% in the hands of Alter Ego, and I feel the same way right now. I love the way that Alter Ego are rotating right now. Alec is like this pivot point, and you see Hijume move around. Same thing with Yazuke, and they all kind of shift to the right, then everyone shifts to the left. Look at the goal difference, though, between Arfi and Oheb right now. It's 2 items to 1, a 1.5k gold lead.
This is a choice that Team Liquid made, though. They've always opened the Freya. They've never once considered to take it out. Always allowed Arfi to take it for himself. They found ways to deal with it, but now it's such a crucial moment. You get to see where Arfi performs really well too. It's such a hard spot to recover from if you're a Claude, but now they find the burst on Hijume. Still has to
Hijume
just 1 hit left. Still not enough.
Oh man, you commit all that. Unfortunate not to get a kill, and they're gonna still go in the jungle.
Okay, that's gonna be a counter engage, but a Phantom Speed committed though. So is the Glorious Pathway, slowing down the members of Liquid. Now Arfi has his eyes set on Oheb, already committing the BMI. Constantly trying to go for the save. On the other side of the map though, Nino taking care of JP and Sanford too. The fight is split up, and it's JP who gets taken down first. Sanford might just survive this, and another fight happens. It's bursting down.
Arfi doesn't just have his eyes on Oheb, he's got his hands on Oheb non-stop. He will chase him to the end of the earth at this point. And just when he can't get him, Hijume flies up, drops a feathered airstrike. Alter Ego are in control right now. We're 8 minutes in, 5k gold lead. Another item locks in for Yazuke.
जसले जित्यो त्यसको गेम अहिले हुन्छ सर्भिससँग त्यस्तो पो हो र त्यस्तो पो हो
Pathway and a free turtle for Yazuke.
They're going for more.
Attention to the bottom lane. It's going to be JP who they target first. Oheb trying to deal some damage, but he has to use the BMI to get out. That's the better airstrike too. Alex standing in front of everyone. Sanji gets caught in the midst of 4 people. Alter Ego, look at the pressure that they're doing against Liquid.
Under the 10-minute mark, Alter Ego has built up an 8,000 gold lead. They are controlling everything in this game 4. It's looking like we're going to see a game 5 unless TL somehow, some way does something. But I don't know if they can with this. I mean, it just seems like Alter Ego is locked in everywhere.
And all of them are playing so well right now. Nino has made amazing plays. Arfi has done his job so well just keeping Oheb out of these team fights. And Yazuke with a deathless KDA he's the one 3 levels ahead of Carl TZ. Now he's the one with all the retribution advantages. And then Hijume, as long as you can keep on zoning like this, they control not only the neutral objectives, but the map as well.
Wow, look at this. Oracle just picked up here by Sanford. Are they going to force a fight under the turret?
The setup doesn't land from Nino, but it's might just be enough. Fortunately, there was the Vengeance, though. Phantom Steed also used by Yazuke, but you see so many resources faded out just because of that attempt from Alter Ego.
Let's be real, though. Alter Ego don't push too hard. This is what happens many times. Team Liquid is going to back off out of that. They need to just secure this Lord at this point, play it clean, play it safe. They're not really on a time crunch. They have scaling heroes. They don't really need to rush it.
The time crunch right now is Oheb. He's so far behind, dude. He's only got DHS, and you're at the 10-minute mark. That's usually when they're finishing the Trinity for the Claude. That's how pretty much non-existent Oheb is right now. And so if you're thinking about, okay, well, if we're playing for that Claude to pop off later on, when does that happen? Well, my guy, you need like 8 to 10 minutes at this point for him to catch up. He does get a golden staff, but I still don't think this is a fight they want to take. The Lord is being started up. Glorious Pathway dropped down.
All right, Feather Air Strike 2. Sanji trying to land the combo, but it's dead, doesn't, so he needs to flicker out to survive.
The level difference is too much. The retribution gap is too much, and now
a desperate attempt to buy more time for Team Liquid. It won't happen. Carl TZ gets taken out, and now with the Lord making its way down bot lane, almost 10,000 gold lead for all Alter Ego. They have this win in sights. TL has to be able to pull off this defense and clear things out. But with the holy defenses down, even down to the bottom lane, this is going to be a tough one for them to pull off.
Yeah.
This fight could just be forced out by Alter Ego with this kind of lead and this advantage.
Even looking at the wave clear that Liquid has, it's supposed to be on Oheb, but Oheb with so much catching up to do, this might be a difficult task for them. JP though jumping in, that's going to be the setup from Nino. RP just diving Oheb in the butterflies though. Nino still trying to fight. Clearing out, somehow still survive, but now it's going to be Alter Ego. The XV laners down for Team Liquid, but they get to take care of the Lord.
But they continue to look with all the inhibitors gone, AE has free roam.
They got a wave.
Team Liquid's home base.
There's a wave in mid, but an airstrike brings OM down to half HP. The setup lands onto just the JP. Can Liquid still clear the minions in the base?
Winning moment already.
Alter Ego, and somehow, miraculously, can Liquid really do this once again?
It's not over yet. It is Alter Ego. Clean the base.
And we're going to game 5. I don't know how many times I've said it, but I love it. This is how it should be in the lower bracket. And it all comes down to that one game between these two phenomenal teams.
With a score evened out.
Asserting
dominance. We said it in the tag for this match, and it is all about dominance right now. Neither team wanting to let up. Neither team it all comes down to one more game 5 in the lower bracket.
I think I'm going to leave that question more for Liquid though. Is this really the way they still want to go? Do they still want to open up all of these heroes, all these comfort picks, and fight them head on, knowing fully well what Alter Ego are capable of?
You know, would we say, this is a good question I think, and I have for the panel as well, do we think Team Liquid has been underestimating Alter Ego at any points, letting the Freya through? And then even in that last play, the big ditch effort to try to steal the Lord, when Carl TZ is 2 levels behind in Retribution, it's a big if
Why do they think they can pull that off?
Definitely is. That's a whole lot of questions to be answered here. We're going to have the panel answer those questions, hopefully, and make things make sense here. Gentlemen, take it away.
We are going to game number 5! And there is no other way to end this than going all the way. Alter Ego. You can no longer question their mentality. You can no longer question their skill, whether it's luck. They have taken the golden road, golden stampede to its absolute limit.
It's mainly because of what they did in the side lane. It looked like a taper fade from Alter Ego Farmers because they were just shutting down at the side laners of Team Liquid Philippines, constantly winning the 1v1 battles, constantly visiting the side lane so that before the turtle fight happens, there is no way for even an Akai to get that zone and take that neutral objective. The idea coming out from Alter Ego is to just, limit the side lane so that there will never be a 5-man. In fact,
हैन काल डिलिट चोरेको भए पनि मज्जा आउँथ्यो यार दिमाग त लाग्यो हो केटाहरुले कि लु इगोमा अल्टी हैन लुको अल्टीमा त पछाडी गएर लुकेर ब्याक गरे गर्न त
down Sanford and Oheb, and they made them non-factors. It's painful to see a hero like the CC or the Claude that usually can take care of themselves or at least get out of trouble fast enough. But the way Alter Ego plays again, this is aggression unlike anything we've seen on the world stage. Alter Ego is going all the way here against Liquid in this series. Something to note, despite how nice and how at home and comfortable Liquid's draft is, you have to consider when lineups like this used to work in the heyday of the utility meta for Filipino teams, they weren't fighting this often. They weren't fighting against a lineup that had a Freya, a Farsa, a Leomord. Again, it's no factor. Even the Sora is new to this whole equation. So, again, I think Liquid may have miscounted or underestimated the amount of fights they were going to have to fight in the early game.
Yeah, we have to double down on that first gank top side right before the turtle. I think Liquid did not see that coming.
For sure.
We are in expanding river, so that is the easiest access for the entirety of Alter Ego to just go ahead and dive. Sanford overstretched. Carl TZ looked like they were trying to go for that punch. Didn't expect there to be a full-on rotation. They were too over-eager getting it. And Hijum is farce of this game, combined with the high loss of Alec. I've never seen this many times where the Glorious Pathway was used for a pick-off. It's Glorious Pathway, timing with Feathered Airstrike, just to get a burst, just to get a pick-off. They weren't always waiting for the team fights. The aggression of Alter Ego here was calculated every single time.
And the reason why this is also the case, why the Glorious Pathway didn't have to be used in that manner, is because of the nature of the heroes from Team Liquid Philippines. But before that, we have to talk about this guy, the MVP. That's going to be Nino on this Sora. I honestly thought that the Sora should have been the fourth pick here for Team Liquid Philippines. I even said it in the draft. Because not only will it deny that Sora 2 against Alter Ego, but it also solves the problem of Team Liquid Philippines of not having to rely on scaling heroes on two of their side laners. It's one thing to have a Claude and allow them to scale, but it's also another to have two scaling heroes into the side lanes.
Yeah, look at that. First item priority here for Nino was the Blood Wings. That's why he was aggressive from the early onset. He knows that it's going to be difficult to take him down. If he is going to be traded out, it's going to take a lot of resources from Liquid to make that happen.
Yeah.
After that first scan, we just saw an always aggressive Nino that Sanford was not ready to deal with on that CC.
I hate to compare apples to apples, but when Aurora in the upper bracket finals pulled off a similar lineup again with the Akai coming out of retirement, dusting him off, the reason why it works is because SRG then drafted a lineup that wasn't as aggressive. Sure, it also had the Leomord, but they also were playing kind of softball. Harris leads that late game power spike. Zetian is more utility. Katcha, more of a bodyguard if anything. And the CC, not as lethal or as forward momentum reliant as a Sora. So here, I think Liquid kind of did not expect that AAU would play hardball this early, and that was the death of them. Again,
तिनीहरूले त्यो लुईको
I
अल्टीमा
don't know
आएको पनि
if
थाहा
it would
पाइदियो है
still be
त्यहाँ
valid, but if they were
लास्टमा
going to try this one more
सिधै
time,
त्यहाँ एट्याक हान्न गइदिएका
need to
केटाहरू
avoid fights, deny AE what they want.
Yeah. The difference in game number 2, where the Luyi was so successful, is that this time it's facing up against the Farsa. Remember, back in game number 2, we said maybe the Farsa should have been the pick for Alter Ego to counteract this Luyi. This time, they were prepared. They picked up the Freya to go with the Farsa, kind of expecting the Luyi to be picked. We did expect it to be picked on between just the Luyi and the Eve as the red 3 pick for Team Liquid. Team Liquid still chose to go for the Luyi despite having that minor inconvenience of having to deal with the range of the Farsa. Actually, it's not a minor inconvenience, it's actually a massive inconvenience. Specifically in this game, there were so many times where the Farsa was just able to outrange the reach of Team Liquid. Team Liquid, they have Loyi, they have Akai, they have CC, they have the Kalea, all mid-range heroes. You can even argue that the Cloud is almost mid-range.
Yeah, that's why the lineup of Liquid needed to work through winning that first turtle, which is why you really gotta credit Alter Ego. I feel like they watched the tapes from that Game 5 of the Aurora SRG matchup when they picked up the Akai. Of course, Leo mentioned out the different pieces that changed how that worked out. But Alter Ego knew they had the more aggressive lineup that can afford to go for a big all-in before that first turtle so that Liquid won't be even able to contest for it.
It's really hard for Liquid to return to something like this. I mean, going into Game 5, I think it would be so risky.
SRG
The
पनि
word
छ यार है
that exists
SRG
to
पनि गाह्रो
describe how
पर्छ
dangerous it would be to revert to something like this in Game 5, which, again, puts you in a mental place wherein do I match them in aggression, or is there something else left in the Liquid playbook to try and match what AE wants? Because AE has never changed in the run in M7. Yes, it's new that they're the ones left.
Wait,
It's the
1%
people's
in the
champions
map,
who are living out to Indonesia's dreams and hopes, but they're still the same team.
I feel like this was another case of Team Liquid in Philippines might have overthought the draft in one point. I can't pinpoint exactly where, but Alter Ego were honest. They first picked the Leomord. Freya and Farsa went right after. At that point, you already knew what they were going into this with, and Alter Ego executed that perfectly.
I think they overthought the CC slot, I would say Red 4. And I don't totally understand why they go for it, actually, because I think that they already were set to, we are picking Akai. And the problem with having the Akai with the Cloud is that you really need some damage on the side lanes. That's actually the dilemma that they had to face. Surely a double scaling side lane matchup against Leomord and Freya will never work. But they had to gamble in that idea that maybe if Sanford as well as all can just outplay their counterparts, it could be better for them. That's why they pick up the CC first, so that it will complement with Akai in terms of supplementing the damage. Because Luyi as well as Akai alone, that's not a good mid trio that can supplement damage. In fact, it doesn't really make that much sense if you think about the Kalea with the Akai.
Might even be a number.
Actually, uncommon. And then if you go compare that to the other side, the mid trio was what? It's the Hylos with the Farsa
and the Leomord.
There's so much damage in that department.
Yeah, revisiting my numbers here, CC does have a positive win rate over the Seora and Leomord, although the sample size of that is very small. Farsa and Hylos 50-50. It's against the Freya, where it only has a 25% win rate against. We also just have to credit, looking out the picks, Nino has been putting on an absolute performance this entire series. He has been winning in lane against Sanford. What a series so far, and of course, this is the perfect way to end it, to go all the way, but now we'll go all the way to an interview.
Thank you so much, casters. We are now down to the final game in this elimination match in the lower brackets between Alter Ego and Team Liquid. And today we have a special surprise because we have a special guest waiting here, watching from the audience to witness this game. Hello.
Halo, ya. Saya Yasuke. Ini ibunya Yasuke.
We have Yasuke's parents in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, to support Alter Ego and of course their son. Now, Om, mau nanya dong, kita kan melihat kalau misalkan sekarang Yasuke itu udah bertanding sebagai player. Kita tuh penasaran, awal-awal kalian tahu itu kalau misalkan Yasuke mau menjadi pro player, itu pas kapan sih?
Kami orang tua tentu dari awal nggak pernah menyangka gitu kan. Kami ibunya nggak pernah menyangka. Terus Yasuke itu kan kuliahnya di Makassar, kami di Bone. Kami tentu susah ngawasnya, ternyata yang namanya hobi, talenta, latihan bersama teman-temannya. Kami, seingat kami itu awal Januari kami mengantar Yasuke. Karena udah bergabung di NBL Alter Ego. Yeah.
Okay, so Yasuke's father mentioned that he never expected for Yasuke's career path to lead up to this point because at the time Yasuke was studying in Makassar, a different city where they were living in, but he trusted, he understood that there was a process that had to be done, but he just kept supporting alongside with the mother of Yasuke. Got to ask, maybe can we talk to mom, Yasuke's mom? Boleh ngomong sama tante juga? Tante, kita penasaran, di awal-awal itu sebenarnya ada concern nggak sih, ada kekhawatiran nggak sih untuk Yasuke terjun di dunia e-sports?
Ya, awalnya sih memang
के भने मलाई अब बच्चाहरू गेम भन्छ जहिले मोबाइलै छोडेर बस्छ गेम खेलेर मात्र हैरान गर्थे मलाई अब त जे गरे तर राम्रै गरेर रहेछ छोराहरूले पनि खेलेर अब ठिकै छ अब खेलेर यसरी पैसा कमाउँछ भन्दा म सपोर्ट गर्छु मेरो छोरालाई त्यस्तो भन्दा है
mewakili kota Bone
पहिला त मोबाइल लिन बित्तिकै म त पिट्थेँ तिनीहरूलाई चप्पल हान्थेँ म जहिले मोबाइलमा झुन्ड्याएको काम पनि नगर्ने घरको खेलेर मात्र बस्ने
The parents were not as keen, they weren't as supportive, but after they saw the persistence coming in from Yusuke, the fact that Yasuke was able to represent the city and then now the entire country on an international scale, that's when they started to support and see the progress from Yasuke. Because earlier on, Yasuke just mentioned that the first time that Yasuke appeared in MDL, the development league, they were the ones to actually bring them there. Jadi gimana rasanya dari momen MDL itu? Sekarang Yasuke udah ngewakilin Indonesia di panggung internasional. Rasanya seperti apa, Om?
अब त्यति बेला हामीले ल्याउनै पर्यो त्यसलाई एक्लै घरबाट पठाउने कुरा भएन होइन कहाँ जस्तो के गर्छ केटाहरू त मेरो घाँस साझा खान जान्ला हो कि हामीलाई त गेम खेल्न जाने भन्यो हामी पनि हेरौँ भनेर एकचोटि त्यसलाई लिएर आएको अब त्यसलाई के गर्ने छोराको नि विश्वास गर्न गाह्रो गेम खेलेर पैसा कमाउँछु भन्छ कसरी पत्ता
very happy, he's also very proud of Yasuke from the moment that he first entered MDL up until now, being able to represent Indonesia on the international stage, and hopefully he can continue doing great with the grace of God. Okay, Om, Tante, sekarang Yasuke itu di posisi 2-2. Satu game lagi dia bisa lanjut, atau satu game lagi mereka akan tereliminasi. Ada nggak sih pesan untuk Yasuke sekarang yang lagi bertanding? Do you have a message to Yasuke now in this elimination game?
अब लाइभमा छ अब राम्रै कुरा गर्नै पर्यो अब जितेन भन्दा थोपिहाल्ने हो घरमा तर अब म लाइभमा चाहिँ यस्तो भन्छु कि छोरा जित राम्ररी खेल जितेन हारे नि मतलब छैन तै हो मेरो लागि च्याम्पियन छोरा लेट्स गो है जित्नुपर्छ छोरा ल
Okay. Okay. Yasuke's father mentioned that stay consistent, keep going with the gameplay that you guys can do, and tabrak. I'm not really sure what tabrak is in English. I think it's just roll through it. Just roll through it. Do what you guys are able to do and continue to fight because he believes that Indonesia will move forward and will be the champions of the M series. Tante juga untuk Yasuke.
के भन्नु छ त याजुलाई छोरा अब के भन्ने तेरो बाउले भन्नु भनि नै सक्यो जे भन्नु छ अब म पनि त्यही भन्छु तँलाई फोकस गर राम्ररी खेल जितेर आइजे हारिस पनि तँलाई थाहै छ घर के हुन्छ है यहाँ नभनौ
By the grace of God, if God is willing, we will see Alter Ego being able to lift the trophy here in the M series. So hope everything goes well. Once again, thank you so much Tanta, thank you so much Om. Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like everyone is ready right now. And this is the moment. This is it. Will Alter Ego go home, or will they move on to the next? Or can TL be the ones to rise on top and meet SRG? Casters, we're throwing it back to you.
It's always great to hear from the family of the players. Of course, for Yasuke, what a story. MDL champions, gets called up to the Alter Ego main roster at MPL Indonesia Season 16. Didn't win any Rookie of the Year awards, Most Improved Players, no awards like that. He just kept his head down, improved, got better, made it all the way to becoming runner-ups for the season, and now here they are on the world stage, one game win away, potentially, from eliminating the team that's been eyed as many as to be one of the greatest teams of all time, looking to complete the Golden Road. What a story for Yasuke and Alter Ego.
And the fact that he is unfazed in front of a team like Team Liquid, in front of the crowd like this, as a rookie, that is a rare trait to have. In fact, some of the known young prodigies that we've ever had in the Philippines or all over the world will always have that kind of trait, being dauntless in the face of danger. And I feel like Yasuke is just exhibiting that. I don't think that there was ever a game that Yasuke actually failed when it comes to his gameplay.
When they lose, he's just, all right, shake it off, we'll do it again. And when they win, just like now in Game 4, man looks like a star. And with his family watching, and of course the thousands of Alter champs all over the world, it can only look so much better because, again, momentum is on their side, which now brings us to talk about Liquid, who has been struggling. Again, we haven't seen Liquid struggle like this in a while. They are on the golden roll, which means for a majority of 2025, every major tournament they took down, everything they touch turns golden. Except for now, because they are one game away from being eliminated from M7.
Yeah, it just speaks to us how good the competition is right now in M7, especially with how the meta game has developed. You would actually observe that every single day in the knockout stages and also in the Swiss stages, there is a specific new meta that has been developed. For example, there was Akai in day number 2. And then just yesterday, we saw some changes with Leomord and Freya, and now Harley being prioritized as well. Now we see Luyi as the pivotal point of the two drafts. I think it's just such an evolving meta game that if you look at the series, there is always that specific hero that they're pinning their lineup into. And I think in this particular series, it's the Leomord.
Yeah, Leomord, Sora, Freya. Those have been key picks all throughout the M7 World Championship. Liquid has decided to keep letting the Freya through. They can win against it, but Alter Ego keep redefining what it means to play around a hero that for the longest time was always just the butt of the joke in our ranked games, but now has risen up to be one of the best picks in the world stage.
For the sake of all that is Liquid, I'd say if there was ever a time that you were going to swallow your pride and say, you know what, Alter Ego, you guys are really good at these heroes, we'll start banning them, now is the time. If of all of those, I will revert back to what Wolf said in game number 1, pre-match. So much is open up in the draft.
To counter the Leomord whatsoever, can have so much freedom if the hero is just denied. In fact, a Claude from Mohem, which you kind of feel like is the priority. So far, Team Liquid has picked up the Claude 3 times this game, have lost 2 of those with the Claude. And tells me that if you want to make OM happy, the side laners happy, just ban the Freya.
Let's see if that's what they're going to do. Only one game win on the red side here. And that was the game over 3 where Liquid had the Leomord. We now go to Dangerous Grass, which all the more activates the Hilda. Leomord, as you see on your screens, has already been instantly locked in by Team Liquid.
First pick. And that's a Freya band as well. Will they go for the Hilda themselves? A Farsa is inbound for sure. Oh, they go Claude. I think you're better off with Farsa here.
So there's a little bit of playfulness on Liquid side. Even if, logically speaking, you should have stolen away the Eve.
Okay.
So this should be the Farsa.
But they do already have the Jushin though, so...
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah.
Was it Jushin first pick?
Or are they looking for that magic combo again? Someone else to...
Like Uranus has been one of the backs as well in the previous games.
Yeah.
early
उता चाहिँ अहिले
second
मार्क्सम्यान
phase,
लौडी लिएको छ
typically
है
Alter Egos
अब
win
ब्यान्डको
hero in
पालो
game
छ
number
ब्यान्ड
one.
यिनीहरूले सोरा
And I
हान्न
think it
पनि
makes so
सक्छ
much
होला
sense because they're just
तर
between the
हान्दैनन्
heroes of
कि
Team Liquid.
सोरा
Right
त
now,
ऊ
there's
पनि
no
छोडिरहेको हुन्छ
actual
प्रायः
answer to the Uranus.
सोरा ऊ पनि छोड्यो भने
That make with
गोल्ड
Gone as well.
गोल्डमा सोरा
OM's
आउने
gonna need a
चान्सेस छ हाम्रो
surrender. They need the
टिएलपिएसबाट
threat.
है
Unless Liquid are gonna go for the idea of
ह्यारिस
just
बिहान हान्यो
go
ह्यारिस
with everyone else, ignore the Yura and leave Nino to be the last man standing every time with no more help.
Yeah.
But that is always going to be a huge risk. Uranus has been one of the best tricks to deal with the instant impact of the Yuzong, and I like how Liquid acknowledged that Yazuke on a Joy would have actually tore through this Liquid lineup.
That's the combo you're looking for with the Gwen with the Zushin. But again, you wonder what does
Joy
Yazuke
ban
play?
हानेछ
The last time he was found in this situation, he played the Guinevere.
That's right.
अब उताबाट को हान्यो त
Oh,
क्यारी
they play the carry, so they let the Granger through. I think Team Liquid will just go back to
will go
comfort and
to
pick that
LB
up.
final
Is this foreshadowing? Is Alter Ego looking to pick a utility?
With the carry ban.
But what's left? There's no Fred, there's no box.
This is one of those times where I say Akai would not be great with the Yuzhong, Eve, and the Leomord. Actually, take away the Leomord. With the Yuzhong and Eve together, that will be, might have the same outcome as before.
I think Sasuke might come back.
Oh, they're Suyo from yesterday.
Sasuke might come back.
Unless Liquid read into it, they're willing to give the Suyo.
कलिया
Okay.
सुयो
I think you will go for
सुयो
some
क्लिक हान्छ
sort of safe
सोरा
play. There's the
ओ
kill
हिल्दा
down.
ल डेन्जर क्लासमा
Very well
हिल्दा
done.
लिदियो
I think
भने
there's
छाट
one that could be a breakup here for Team Liquid.
In the gold lane.
What if they pick up the Lunox for Oheb?
जित्ती हुने भयो यार
That'd be ever bad. Nah, I don't think so. I think they will just go back to a Granger.
Yeah.
Where it's like safe.
Ranger is the safe. Lunox are risky against the Hilda and the Juice. You force out the Brilliance very fast.
Like Hylas Granger might be the choice.
डेन्जरस ग्रासमा त मायो हिल्दा त दादा हो नि
Unless they run it back and just go Cho here, but then your targets to kick, it's not going to be instant value. It's with an Eve.
Yeah, you got two bad targets, might be tough.
Yeah. And all the ones that you can kick might just be able to get away real quick.
एस्मेराल्डा ल
They go fighters.
एस्मेराल्डा र
I think
खाली
Suyo could be an
जङ्गलमा
option, but
को आउँछ होला
I think
तब यिनीहरूको
still
जङ्गल
fighters
बाँकी छ
here.
Yeah.
Just too much. I think it's much better for AE to just go for utility. At the same time, they already committed with 2 tanks. They might
Hilda
just
र
overload
एनोसको
that. They're looking for
DM
magic damage as well. I think they will just go for Guinevere this time.
Yeah.
Or
यता पनि
Hardy,
छ तर
if they are
खाली एस्मेराल्डा खेलेको छ
they
होइन
are a little bit
मार्क्सम्यान
adventurous
लिएन
with it.
Even
युजम
the next board, Jungle will struggle. Your Faraga armor's not going to last
I'm
fast.
uncomfortable with the lack of crowd control if it is indeed a Harley.
को
Yeah.
आउँछ होला त जङ्गलमा
Should be
यिनीहरूको
Sasuke. Show
सासके सुयो
yourself.
सुयो आउन सक्छ भनिरहेको छ है
Return to
यिनीहरूले
the village hidden in the grass.
को गरेर चिच्चायो त कोलियो सिसिलिए छ ल
The jungle, Uranus!
युरेनसले जङ्गल हान्न ल ल
Okay, overcooked.
साकेले
I don't
जङ्गल
like this
हान्यो
at all. Not at all. I think the Uranus does not achieve it. It does not give them that
लभ रियाक्ट हान्नु
turtle
भाइ लभ
prio.
रियाक्ट
It went
हान्नु
from a fear of a lack of CC to a sheer horror. How are they gonna look to hold down parts of the map with this?
यार डर
We have to
लागिसक्यो
see
यार
what Alter Ego does.
योभन्दा अगाडिको गेमै जित्नु पर्ने हो कि
Execute.
लुडेहरूमा जान्ने भएर
Unanimously in this panel, this Uranus jungle is questioned, but what if there's just a little bit of magic left behind those 3 masks? Redemption,
Let's
salvation,
go. Goodness
domination,
gracious.
the hope of an entire country on their shoulders. The dream of
Let's
a
go,
golden
let's go.
road
Final
to the
game,
other.
hey, Amro.
Liquid and Alter Ego, Philippines versus Indonesia.
TLPS here.
It's game.
इज्जतको सवाल छ है मेरो भाइहरू
All troops deployed.
And here we go, jumping into the last game of
Mobile
the
Legends.
series with a draft
One miss
that
gives
was
me the
unexpected. But leave it up to Alter Ego to do just that in Game 5 against Team Liquid.
You put all of your hopes into one last game here. All of your hopes into a Uranus. And I also question it a bit. Now, don't get me wrong. They have the Claude. They have Nino for a lot of damage. They also have Hijume. It's not like their damage chart is completely skewed. And I'm trying to think about this with the consecration. Maybe able to move around through Barbiel, through the Phantom Steed, and have some possibilities for the.
ओए ओए कस्तो हिरो बन्यो भने वेब त त्यहाँ आम्मामा
Do we agree? How? I mean, Like they said, is it overcooked?
It's a bit too similar to what we were saying about OHEB being on the clock
Oh, Jimmy.
earlier. Oh, wait. Both flickers already forced out of the roamers, but
इल्लाले चाहिँ हिल हानिरहेछ यार घाँसमा बसेर डेन्जरस ग्रास छ यार इल्लाले त लभली हिल हान्छ त्यसमा त अब जिद्दी गर्छ हो इल्लाले यसमा जेपीले पनि खास हिल्ला लिन्छु भनेर यिनीहरूले ध्यान नहाल्दैछ जस्तो लाग्यो
even when he's not on the Freya, RP has been performing exceptionally well. So I think if it comes down to
वेब त के हो कति हिरो भयो वेब आम्मामा लोडेले त हेपेरै उता गरेर लेनको कट हान्दा छ म्याच चोद्देला अहिले चोद्यो भने बेजत हुन्छ है
doesn't get to make things a bit too difficult for him too, but the way we're seeing it right now, he gets to freely cut the lanes as he wants, and a flicker is forced out again from Hijume.
Yeah, you're able to go ahead and just kind of play into that, right? If you can get some of the pressure in the early game, that's kind of what we're seeing. We're seeing this push and pull, but TL wants to potentially make a play, knowing that Carl TZ is level 4 at Sanford as well, but they'll just go ahead and really start up this turtle.
Level 4 पुग्यो
Again, Black Dragon form used just to keep Yasuke at
level
bay,
4
but
मा
is this going to be enough?
Yasuko is zoning.
Wait, first blood हिल्लाले lovely काल्जुले काल्जुले total punning मथुरी अनि परेन यतिको
Who will respect, he will not commit anymore.
I don't. Yasuke just maybe didn't expect the damage to be so
recall
much.
effect हेर न मेरो त मोबाइलै ह्याङ हुन्छ हो एस्मेराल्डा त्यहाँ लिन कट हानिरहेछ यता लौडेले सानो किरा हान्दैछ कक्रोच युरेनस साँच्चै जङ्गल हान्दै याजुकेले आम्मामा वैबी अहिले पक्कर हिल्लाको पक्कर बाइन्छ लभली मदर
That is unfortunate. It's unfortunate because, again, as a Uranus jungle, what exactly are you going to be able to do against a jungler in the
Hizumiलाई च्याप्छौँ यस हिजुमीलाई च्याप ला तर एनसले ओइ भाग अहिले काहे त्यहाँ रिकल हान्दैछ हिजुमी झुक्सिन है यता हिल्ला त्यहाँ लियो मोडलाई भेटेन यता अब के हुँदैछ यता हाम्रो एस्मेराल्डा र लौडेको पर्दा छ है यो क्र्याप कसले खान्छ है त लास्ट हिट कसले हान्छ ल मासुरी नदेखाइदिएर
1-0-1 having a much better game than we've seen before on the Khalid. It's a tough start. It's a very tough start for Alter Ego Esports already.
Although this feels the most disciplined both of these teams have been entire series long.
Which is crazy.
आएन खलिद र हिल्लाको भेट भयो त्यहाँ बिचमा यता वेबले लौडेले लखाटेछ ओए खलिदले मा हिल्लालाई जोन हानेर एस्मेराल्डाले लौडेले हानोस् भनेर के हैन लभली हिल्ला चाहिँ त्यही छ हिल्ला आउँदैछ घाँसमा बसेर घाँसमा यत्रो फुल हेल्प भयो हिल्लाको माथि
It was more of a zoning thing that
was
the problem. So they've really got to be able to find this lineup to support that. Turtles up. So was the purple ball. Yasuke might choose to just at least show face here, but I think this could just go for tail. He's going to start purple. JP gives that information. And then allows easy just to go ahead and secure the turtle.
कहिलेकाहीँ त्यही टटलको पनि धेरै लोभ गर्नुहुन्न कि कहिलेकाहीँ छोड्ने बेला यसरी छोड्नुपर्छ तर हामीलाई थाहा हुँदैन त्यस्तो कहिले छोड्ने होइन हामी त मैले ढिँट हो होइन होला ओ जिप बच्यो लभली त्यो माधुरी हिल्ला हेर न 1 हिटमा भाग्यो भने हिल्ला
Nobody goes down just yet. With a 1.5k gold deficit, Alter Ego almost get a kill. They almost also lose one as well. But just from that fight, you can see that this is still kind of a tight game. Both sides having possibilities.
And right now, they're just playing pretty much that pressure game. You were not gonna, if they can cut you off from your lane or from your tower, they're going to go ahead and take down that space. And that's the problem I see with Alter Ego's lineup. The ability to actually hold things down, right? Like hold, because
dangerous grass ma hilda liएको छ भने हेर न त्यहाँ ल हिल्दाको ड्यामेज हेर न त्यहाँ ओए
it's difficult for him, and so at some point he should be able to farm up a little bit
हाम्रो रोमलाई मार्दिउन जसरी हान्छ हो ओए सिसी त के उल्टी सुल्टी हानेर हान्न आउँछ त यार
Nino holding his own, that's the best he can do. I'm wondering if they'll actually want to fight into the next turtle. Oh, here's Arfi still dealing with
ओए लाई चेप दियो यार ओए गयो ओए डाउन
cannot survive against 3.
यता भए पनि लभली यताबाट रिकभर भयो यता निनोलाई पनि लभली डबल किल कल ल जेपी टावरले भेट्यो है तर टावरको ड्यामेज जेपीले खाइरहेको थियो कालजीले हान्नुहोस् भनेर लभली जितोस् यार सबिल हामी त्यही चाहन्छौँ
I don't know if it's already written
तर
in stone, but 0-1
रिक्स भयो कि अब 50-50 मा झर्यो नि त
feel too positive for Alter Ego Esports. Luckily, they do get the kill onto OHAB in the boss side, but RV is the saving grace. He's the golden ticket. We said it before about OHAB on the club. This time it's Arfi. This time it is Hijume. If those two can go deathless, then maybe there's a chance.
वेबीले हिजुमेलाई त समाते थियो हान्ने मान्छे नभइदिएर है
Not enough to force out the flicker, but you know he's low, so this might be an advantage. Alex trying to look for an angle here. JP going in as well. They're just exchanging pokes.
Yeah, it looks like they want to actually contest this though. Oheb's in position.
Mid lane player
See what can happen here, but again, with everything available, there's a Black Dragon form.
खेल्ने नै हो त
The Black Dragon form, both used at the same time.
छिरिरहेको छ छिरो त लभली टटल खायो यता च्याप एलेकलाई च्याप त्यो हिल्दाले हान हिल्दा गयो यता के हुँदैछ यता निनो पनि जान्छ ल निनो तर भाग्यो है निनो भाग्यो खालिदलाई मार्दियो हाम्रो वाइजेटलाई पनि मार्दियो यार हाम्रो दुईजना मर्यो यिनीहरूको एकजना मात्र मर्यो है हाम्रो हेर 2.5 भइसक्यो यार फेरि कालजीले मार्यो है झुक्सिनलाई युरानस भर्सेस लियोमोड है मलाई कोही रिकल इफेक्ट देऊ न यार
Stop some of that momentum that was trying to build up here for Alter Ego for now, but they can still make some.
सीसीलाई मार्न सक्ला त खलिद र लियोमोडले सीसीले त कालजीलाई पिल्ला छ त झन्डै ओहे के लौडीले कस्तो हाने हो हिल्ला त्यही छ ओहे
Alec looking for the cutoff here. JP's going to pull up though.
JP अब खालिद गयो खालिद र हिल्लाको त्यहाँ पर्यो तर घाँसै घाँस छ
Has a lot of mobility too, so I guess he'll be fine.
समाते गयो हिल्ला गयो लियोमोडले हिल्लाले खायो है
These fights are just they're so interesting the way that they're playing out because just when you think you're going to find this kind of
दुब्बैले रेडी त हानेछ
or a bit of a cooldown for both of them, they still are able to find, just like this Black Dragon form used, they just want to take this tier 1 turret down to open up the map, and TL does just that.
This honestly is the most macro Liquid has played in the entire series. They're just taking things one step at a time, always making sure that they commit their resources to take down or take away turrets from Alter Ego. And I feel like it's really working against this team who you're so used to seeing always just brawl it out.
Rome versus Rome है त्यहाँ ट्याङ्कहरु फाइट गरिरहेछ त्यहाँ
has been able to brawl it out and it forces team like
सिंगल लौडेले यसले पेल्ने सोचिरहेछ जस्तो लाग्यो तर फर्कै लौडेर चुक्सिन पनि मिडतिरै गइरहेछ टटलको बाटोबाट लर्डको लागि के गर्ला त यिनीहरु लर्डमा अब यहाँको दिन फाइट गर्न सक्छ है
we're comfortable when you have a lead like this early on and Alter Ego has a Uranus jungle where you can't force fights. That's why we're seeing this.
Maybe they tried earlier, actually, but you can see the damage that Liquid has, and they can deal with him immediately. Now, speaking of damage,
सीसीले च्याप देला जस्तो पो भयो त सीसीले लियोमोडले हानिन्छ क्या युरेनसले नि लगार्दै थियो है युरेनस पनि त्यहाँ कालजी लो छ कालजीलाई नै जेपी पनि लो छ कालजी पनि लो छ
could he actually get out of this? That's the real manipulation for Hijume, just so he can save Conti.
Lord gonna
get from OHEB, that's enough up to them from Sanford.
OHEB दादा इसमें झुक्सिनलाई है पिलो OHEB दादा
might go for the re-engage.
But with that, Alter Ego can't start up the war, so they chose to continue the fight. They lose Hijume, and he's an integral part of this compositional work. So it's back to it. Again, TL still maintaining a lead. They'll get back in position here to potentially force this fight around the board. Now for Alter Ego Esports, they're starting to get the hang of things here with this composition. Nino is a threat, and he is trying to do his best here, and that's why they're going for him.
Yeah, they're going to try and focus down on Nino, but he gets tied.
जेपी फेरि गयो यार हाम्रो खालिद भैया मर्यो
JP doesn't live. Now that's one member down for Liquid, and Alter Ego gain control of the objective. Sanji does have the real manipulation. Alec trying to zone out everyone as much as he can.
झुक्सिनलाई त हान्न खोज्यो ओहेबले फस्यो क्या हो ओहे फसेछ कालजीले हिल्लाले मार्दियो है लर्ड कति छ ठिक ओइ स्यानफोर्डको अल्टी रहेछ नि त ल Why is it?
Sanford
माथि के भइरहेछ भने कालजीले हानिरहेछ माथि
members of Alter Ego. Can he take down Heat?
वाइबीको लभली ल हिजुमीले
The real one manipulation finally finishes off the
Nino.
kill. Crossing the
ओइ
red
सिसी
ring.
ओए
TZ wins!
ओए हेर्न सायो भाग ओए लियोमोड ओए
Okay, that's the side of
लियोमोड
Steven.
कालजी
Now
ओए
he's
बचा न हेलो ए तेरीका युरानस तेल दे च्याप दे त्यो मुझे युरानसलाई ओए इमोट देखाउँछ त मार दुरी दीक्षितलाई मार
Oh, it's still going for it.
RV.
नमरे हेर न त्यो हेर्न
Okay, look for the re-engage.
Oh, he's so tanky. And RP
No.
finally getting the drop done. Sanji with the
Man.
mana. It's only Oheb now.
And that's why you took the Uranus jungle, I guess. But it's working out for Alter Ego Esports as they look to take the Lord here.
Back in it.
Not under
दाजु
the
कम्बो
lock. Sanford still trying to
ल
fight.
उताबाट सिसी आइसक्यो यार भ्याउँदैन
It will be enough to deal with the two sides.
RV is on fire right now. I know. The KDA is only 009.
रिकभर हान्यो नि गोल्ड हेर न उता धेरै भयो भने ल हेर न
Yazuke is practically unkillable, and as long as RV and him are together, it is a dynamic duo.
युरानसले के गरायो
Oh, what a turn of events here. And with everything that happened in the early and
Game पल्टाइदियो भने
Alter Ego brings things in their favor. And look at this. Again, Arfi, like you mentioned, Trex, I mean, he's on fire. He doesn't have many kills, but it doesn't matter. He's able to go ahead and pump out the damage. He's got all the assists in the world that he needs here. And that just might be the play. Plus the fact that Hijime is stacking up on this guy Piercer. Now you're going to lift the gun. They want to
विकेट और खाइदियो मुझे एकैचोटि
You want to go for Oheb now?
वाइबीले वाइबीले राम्रो सेट हान्यो
Doing
है
so much damage. JP going into the range.
JP ने weak भयो हाम्रो
Sanford 2 helping in this defense up against the Lord. That's a critical
ल 12 मिनेट पनि कटिसक्यो रहेछ नि ल यार चिल्लै थिएन नि है
All right, Lord, able to move on to base. Alter Ego this time play it safe. Get out of their face and move back to safety. Alter Ego playing it clean.
Okay, looking to still pull pressure. They'll get a tier 2 in the mid. They cleared out a lot
और
of
बेस्ट टावर
room
मात्र
sitting on the
तीनटा
map
बाँकी छ यार
for Alter Ego. And now, maybe for the first time or
गोल्ड
second time
उनीहरुको
in this
धेरै भइसक्यो यार अब
ECL,
त
their backs against the wall with this kind
रिकभर हान्यो
of composition to deal
युरेनसले
with.
गर्नु गर्यो
It makes you think, again, this Uranus jungle is able to just go ahead and play up front and provide information alongside Alec here, which gives that space to Arfi and Hijime. And so TL's got to solve that. How do they approach these fights and get some control back into the game?
There's no shredder.
I mean, a lot of it's going to come down to utilizing this RWM
के
correctly.
भने
Oh, Nino in a bad spot.
सिसीले पनि दुःख दियो हाम्रो खाली चाहिँ बल्यो भने जेपीलाई पेल्दै सक्यो हेर नि जेपीको हो कि सबसे लो एकैछिनमा के फेरि
There is just so much tankiness on the side of Alter Ego Esports, and Team Liquid has essentially no shred. They took the risk, right? They don't pick up a marksman. The panel was talking about it a little bit. There was definitely some worry. The saving grace was, oh, they went for Uranus, but now that
Lord fight decide गर्छ ल
you're right. How does Team Liquid approach this?
उनीहरुको धेरै गोल छ यार 1001 के भइसक्यो गोलको
But it is a tough pill to swallow.
They have to land.
सबजना घाँसमा क्या टप्प बसिरहेको भर्खर कोही नचलिकन हेर न त्यहाँ चल्दै नचलि
It's
बसिरहेको
not like he's on Purify anyway.
Yeah.
But then after that, what's next? Because you have to deal with these multiple tanky heroes of Alter Ego, and
I mean, Arfi just got Malefic Gun as well, so he's got more range. He's able to snipe from, he's able to attack from an even farther away.
जेपीलाई चेप्दियो भने सिद्धिन्छ भने लर्ड फाइट हुन त हुन्छ यहाँ अब 4 3 2 1 है त लर्ड निस्क्यो अब हुन्छ यहाँ
Yeah, it's going to be difficult to
फर्स्ट उ
make
त्यो
that happen.
बन्दा खानु पर्यो के त्यो सानो
You know,
बच्चा त्यो
it's
लिथो
not the space that's provided for Arfi.
लिथोलाई चाहिँ खानु पर्यो अगाडि
Hijime, like I said, is going to be an issue as
यिनीहरु हेर
well
न
for
यो
TL,
आरपी र
especially when they
अलिक
try to approach some of these
तुरेहरु
fights.
लौडेर हिल्दा त
And
के हो
you mentioned it, Brigida. They don't exactly have someone to shred through
हाम्रो
some of this
खाली
tankiness.
भिडियो
I mean,
मोड आयो
for
हाम्रो नि त
example,
रेड
Hijime
बफ
making it
हान्न
even more difficult to
सीसीले
kill,
लर्ड
especially when he
चलाउँदैछ
pops the beacon here. So
युरेनस पनि
for
लर्डमा
TL
गयो है
fighter to work and then get through a winner crown, these are key big item
यिनीहरुले त
pickups.
बेट हालिरा जस्तो लाग्छ है मलाई त बेट हालिरा हो कि
Beacon trying to look for someone to set up, but he gets the touch, the raging sandstorm, and now they're on to Sanji. Sanji, he cannot survive this dive, coming in from Alter Ego.
Tuxinले सिधै गएर सान्जीलाई समात्यो
Now they're on to Alec, they're going for the chase.
यार भाइ
Can actually finish on the kill, but now on the other side of the map, the Apex Predator will have to be the sacrifice.
With Sanford gone along with Sanji, yes, they find Alec. But RP should be able to move on to this Lord quick. Will Team Liquid try to go
Lord
for
Forgier
down too fast?
Too fast right now as Alter Ego has control. TL shows up way too late at JP. Tries to get away. This is not a fight they want. Oheb will jump on forward, but still they need to reset and get ready for this Lord push from Alter Ego.
It's all going to be about how Alter Ego approaches this base. One of the major faults we've seen from Alter Ego over this M7 is overstepping your welcome, making one false move to throw a game. And if you know the Philippines, they're always watching for that one small mistake. Alter Ego has to be meticulous when they enter this base.
They're going to have to go ahead and buckle in here with this kind of lineup. Not the best clear in the world. They're going to rely on the RW. Conceal's going to be used. Lord makes the way top. Here comes the push into the base.
Succeed already committed. Alec and Yazuke getting damaged. Liquid will have to focus on the Lord. To anyone. They have to split themselves up to take care of what needed to be taken care of. Now, Liquid are somehow still in the game.
They're still in it. They clear things out. They lost the base turret up top. Bottom is
goal difference here, no? Goal difference.
They're showing the discipline.
They are, and they get the top inhibitor, which is huge because Lord's going to spawn up on the bottom side. So now, not only do you have this frontline advantage, but you have a macro advantage. And there is some risk to not trying to force this over, but with the lineup they have, in my opinion, at this point in the game, it is a cleaner lineup. So now they just have to have faith in their lineup. And as long as they play smart, the game could fall into their hands.
Well, right now, Alter Ego Esports not giving them much of an opportunity to do that. Some of these defensive items coming into play now too. Alec, and just he'll sit on this side of the map, allowing the rest of Alter Ego to make moves elsewhere. You look at the items here specifically, again, with RF building up, he's exactly where he needs to be. But he is a problem because the innate tankiness, he does go ahead and switch things out. Picks up the lantern, so a chastised pauldron now too for Yazuke. So that's the problem, man. There's so much tankiness in their ability. There we go, 31 stacks here on. And that's great, because that's a threat enough.
I'm wondering how I feel, though, about the cell in dropping the brute force breastplate. Yes, your front line is tanky, but there's some risk reward there. Right? You go for a bit more damage, you give up the possibility that Sanford or Carl Teasy are going to jump on you, and that could be the survivability. Let's see how it plays out, though. RP!
Oh, they catch RP. Can Carl Teasy actually find him? The was available now.
Sanford, Sanford!
But there's a winter ground available. Sanford might just get punished here, and he does. Hijime, killing spree. It's a double for him too. Revelation used just to save the game as much as they can. It's gonna be a triple for Hijime.
He and Sanji are the last ones defending. It's 5 against 2, and the minions down the bot.
There are minions down bottom. Everybody from Alter Ego's low.
Winter ground here, no? Costo chito kina khadele.
Yazuke finally going down. Alec has to play this safe.
Sukshin man haनुपर्ने थियो के मार्नु यो सुक्सिनले कम गीति गर्छ सिद्धो भने देशमा हान्यो भने बच्यो तर छैन वाइप्ड आउट मादर चोद लामो
Dream of the Golden Road will be just that and only that. But a dream as Alter Ego rises up roaring behind it to eliminate Team Liquid from M7.
The cavalry goes silent as the stadium erupts. Alter Ego have done what so many think impossible. You know, we saw some of those videos, guys. Nino apologizing to the Indonesian fans when they couldn't move
Hey, man. I think a lot of people questioned the Uranus jungle pick. We all did. I think a lot of people did around the world too watching this one, but hey, they made it work. Big props to Alter Ego here. You can see the fist bumps on the stage. That's tough to see for TL, but Alter Ego did it in a very Alter Ego way to win this series.
That last minute swerve, who would have thought? It was going to the jungle all along, and even when it was something Liquid initially were able to deal with. Just needed time.
It's just, again, a phenomenal series that we had here, man. It's just back and forth from game to game, and the team fights in the game too. I don't think we could have asked for a better series here because of just how this all unfolded. You know, it's some of the best MLBB we've seen so far, and M7 honestly continues to deliver. It's just great to see, and again, hats off to all the teams. We're at that point in the M7 where unfortunately you got to say goodbye to teams, and a lot of people probably went in today not thinking this would be the result, but hell, Alter Ego ends up doing it, and they continue on with Indonesia. It's just, again, I know we're all clapping, we're all in awe. You saw the audience. I hope you guys can hear them through the stream too.
Uranus jungle लिएर मुझे तेल दियो भन्ने लामो Uranus jungle भएर मुझे मार्नै सकेन लामो जिस्काइ हान्दियो हो मातुरी.
Again, what they thought here for this one.
It would be irresponsible of me to not allow this Indonesian crowd to have their moment. Indonesia, mana suaranya? Alter Ego shatters the golden road. They held on with the Uranus, and they held on until Liquid had no more answers for the sustain.
I think it would be also irresponsible if we did not apologize for not knowing Alter Ego's game. Gua, maaf banget. I did not expect for something gila enough to just work, because in practice, in execution, they seemingly tricked Liquid into thinking that they could fight. And it took too long for Liquid to notice, wait, there'll come a point where this is impossible.
We were right in the first half though. The 3,000 gold lead for Team Liquid, they were so anxious, they were winning already. And then Kyle TZ goes for the play onto RV, Sanford eventually follows. Nino holds his ground actually with that CC, and eventually puts down Kyle TZ so low, and then Sanford had to go there. They tried to chase, and then all of a sudden you don't have the ultimate, you don't have the real world manipulation, you don't have the Phantom Seed, you don't have the Elder Dragon form before the first Lord. Even when you have a 3,000 gold lead, Team Liquid have just thrown away their lead by not having the proper resources in the first Lord fight. Now, when they didn't have any more resources, OHM jumps in with the Falling Star Moon. They did get a kill onto the Jushin, but unfortunately they don't have the firepower anymore. From then on, Alter Ego have felt there is no way for them to kill us. Let's stake at the Lord, be disciplined, and take this longer. There was a time where the lineup of Team Liquid expired, and that specific moment was when Team Liquid knew they messed up.
It's that 5-letter word you mentioned, chase. Liquid is not used to chasing even on the map. And here, although the series actually, it just came to a fever pitch in this game, they had to chase a lot of AE members, and AE, the way they're built, is they can run away for like 3 or 4 seconds. When they come back, they're already topped off. They're ready to fight again. The Uranus, the Claude, the Hilda, the CC even. You give them time to retreat, you fight back, it's over. That's the problem with Liquid's lineup is, sure, you have heroes like the Leomord who has like, what, 15-second cooldown on the ult. You have the Esmeralda who, again, also has a 15-second cooldown on the ult and can dance around them, but it's a lack of firepower. You mentioned just the values don't add up, and that's what put them over the top here. Alter Ego just exercised such a great understanding of MLBB math.
I think Liquid also did not rotate into our face late enough. They just told OHEB handle the Claude, Try to kill him if you can.
अब एसआरजी सँग नि छ
Alter Ego, to their
एसआरजी
credit,
सँग
protected
जितेर
Arfi so well,
मात्रै
protecting the claw that he was relatively
फिलिपिन्सकै छ
unbothered on the
अडोरा
farm.
गेमिङ है
Liquid were
फाइनलमा
playing as if it
पुरिरहेको
is a jungle carry that
अब
they're up against.
इन्डोनेसिया
You
जान्छ
can
कि
get all the
मलेसिया
objectives
जान्छ
you want in the world,
फिलिपिन्ससँग
get all the
खेल्न
kills for Carl Tizzy, but if you're not killing that Claude, you are not hitting the main win condition of Alter Ego. He did not die in this
even
squad.
एकचोटि मरेको
At
छैन
the
हो
brink of elimination, the hopes of Indonesia on his back, Arfi stayed alive. 1 kill, 13 assists. He had one job here. Do not fall, and he stood his ground.
This might even be a facsimile of whatever he did on the entire series. There was no game where you can say that Arfi was dead weight for his team. In fact, he is the enabler. Even during the games that they have lost, Arfi was stable, Arfi was dependable. Arfi was amazing the entire series, but this particular game just, stamped in with that. And I think you have to credit the side laners of Alter Ego in this particular game, the way that they have handled their counterparts. I would say that between the matchup of the side laners, the side lane duo of Alter Ego was better than Team Liquid the entire series.
टोटल छोडिरहेको थियो नि अल्डरले सुरुमा
greater than them individually, and Arfi was just
हेर न आरफीले स्यानफोर्डले हानेको मात्र त्यो ड्यामेज
extra icing on the top, but was also just the flower in the middle, the whole damn cake that made
Sanji त यहीँ
AE just
फसिहाल्यो
in the late game. What was that? Trek said, 10 minutes is up, it's over, it's our time now, all chat. Target locked, my turn. Folks around watching who play rankings know what this means. It's Alter Ego showing us a new face. I've said it multiple times in the series, throughout the knockouts, they played the same way, but this time they showed us, hey, we can hold on. Our sidelines can still win, but as a team, we can hold on to wait until a power spike and win this way. Terrific Winter Crown immortality juggle as well by Arfi to deny him getting taken out by Team Liquid. And at some point, you gotta acknowledge the fact that it looked like Team Liquid Philippines really just dropped the ball in terms of taking their major win conditions. For them, their major win condition was get all the objectives, but leading up to their first Lord, they could not take Arfi down. The one main win condition for this Alter Ego lineup. Yasuke needed to stand his ground, and he did. Alter Ego just needed to buy time and delay, and they
कमब्याक हान्दियो
Not even just the items we have to look for now. Because Alter Ego, they have just naturally went on with the composition that they have. You can see Yasuke with a very selfless kind of build. Even when he died in the first turtle, you can see that he did not have the best gold, in fact, compared to the CC, compared to this Jushin. I think that he actually played this in a whatever is lower than a utility role as a jungler, where he really just sacrificed himself. Like you can see that he's just going to the front lines, whereas the rest of AE that's dealing the damage is just farming. This is also the reason why Nino on this CC eventually out-damaged and out-sustained this Leomoid long before he was able to out-sustain as well this Yuzhong from Sanford, because I felt like there will be a time where Sanford could no longer one-shot any of the members of Alter Ego, let alone this CC. And then the best part of it is CC can then bring back the damage to Team Liquid.
I can appreciate how you spotlighted El Padre Nino, because you look at this lineup, it's clear what that mid trio wants to do. Just hold it down. But until the golden boy Arfi is ready, until he goes off to college and starts, shooting it up, somebody had to hold it down with the damage output, right? And that was Nino. How early did he build that Hunter Strike and what was the other? He had two, was it Warax?
I believe it was the Warax. It usually is for CC.
See, so before he even said, Arfi, are you ready? No? Okay, let me take care of it first. I can't let Liquid get away with this. That's what made that whole 11 to 12 minute mark more difficult for Liquid to ever finish, because Nino was a legit threat.
Yeah, El Padre definitely played better than the Apex Predator this entire series. We have to acknowledge just how good Nino was this entire 5-game bout, and especially highlighted here. If he died more times early on, Alter Ego would not have had the damage to cross it on over for Arfi once that first Lord came up. But Liquid could not get enough deaths onto Nino. They also couldn't get enough deaths onto Hegeman to stop his eventual climb into getting that Sky Piercer. And with Liquid's skill-based lineup, cooldown-based lineup,
यिनीहरूले कस्तो दिमाग लाग्यो कि लभली दिमाग लाग्यो यार अल्टर इगोले
They were so near.
कस्तो
Ending this
मिनटले
game, all they
युरेनस
had to
EXP
do
मा
is
हाल्ने
to put
सोचेर
all of
टाइप्सले
their
लिएको थियो
resources together, knowing that
एकैचोटि
the sustain
कस्तो
from
चेन्ज
their
हानिदिएको
opponents is gonna be a
लभली
mountain to climb.
त्यो युरेनसले होइन
Unfortunately,
गिद्दी
that
गरे
wasn't the
त्यहाँ
case.
लभली
Maybe if we
गिद्दी
look at the
गरिदिएको यार
specific highlight, maybe if I can show it to you, but
यति हेल्थमा
you
पनि
just have to
इमोट
remember there was a
देखाइ
time
पागेर
where
हिल
that
हानेर
8K
के त
gold lead that the
लभली
team Liquid had, they were so confident onto taking out the side lanes that they forgot that there is the neutral objective that their lineup needs to have. With the composition the Team Liquid employed in this game, they had to finish it fast because they didn't have the scaling marksman as compared to Alter Ego. Unfortunately, they didn't.
अब के भन्ने जो जिते पनि हुन्छ अब त मलाई त केही मतलब छैन
Before we head on over to a very quick
तीनटा
break.
टिम बाँकी छ
No golden road.
अब एकछिनमा अब अल्टर इगो भर्सेस एसआरजी हुन्छ एसआरजी मलेसियाको लभलीहरू है फेरि खतराहरू
The dream of the Golden Road is shattered, and the Philippines champions.
अहिले यहाँ तीनटा टिम छ त्यही तीनटा टिमले हो हराएको टिएलपिएसलाई यो टुर्नामेन्टमा है फर्स्टमा एसआरजीले हरायो त्यसपछि अरोरा फिलिपिन्सले हरायो है अरोरा गेमिङ अनि अब अल्टर इगोले तीनजनाकै छ अब अरोरा त त्यहाँ फाइनलमा कुरिरहेछ है सिक्योर गरेर बसेको छ फाइनलको सिट अब एसआरजी भर्सेस अल्टर इगो हुनेछ एकछिनमा अब 1 घण्टा जतिमा त्यतिमा हुने होला त्यहाँ भर्खरको त्यो क्या भाग्दिएर क्या लुकेर क्यामेरामा आयो भने ल गाइस हाम्रो M7को सपना यही समाप्त भएको छ अब हामी M8मा बलियो भएर आउँछौँ 40 मिनेटमा सुरु हुने रहेछ है सम्झेहरू ल यता अहिलेलाई हामी बाई बाई सबैजना खाजाको खाऊ है बलियो भएर बस्छ ल नाइ नभन्नु ल बाई 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 त भन यार गाइजहरू बाई ल सबैलाई माया छ है लाइभमा अहिले हामी राति भेट्नेछौँ यो एसआरजी र हामी अल्टर इगोको पनि गर्छौँ कि नै वाच पार्टी भन त गाइज एसआरजी र अल्टर इगोको वाच पार्टी हामी कि नान्ने कि म खाजा खाएर फेरि ब्याक हुन्छु हामी के एसआरजी र अल्टर इगोको फेरि हेर्ने हो त सँगै बसेर त्यहाँ एसआरजी र के अल्टर इगोको सँगै हेर्ने हो कि हेर्नु गाए छिट्टो छिट्टो म निस्किन्छु अब स्याट निस्केर स्याट लगाएर फर्केर हामी फेरि स्ट्रिम हानेछौँ है वाच पार्टी हान्ने भनौँ नानी भए म फिफामा आउँछु खै कोही बोल्दैन त यार एकजना मात्रै बोलिरहेछ रियाक्सन दिएर मैले बुझिसकेँ है अरू को छ हामीसँग 13 मिनट मात्र छ गाइज ल कोही बोल्दा नि बोलेन एकजनाको मात्र भोट आयो है छिटो वाच पार्टी हान्नौँ हो हान्ने के छ त 2 जना ल है त अहिलेलाई यति नै बाइ म अब कति 37 मिनट पछि आउँछु है त 37 मिनट पछि फेरि भेट्नेछौँ यहीँ अहिलेलाई बाइ